isn't really there. And just like that, we're going to be starting map number 1 on Consulate between Hydra and Carnage and Chaos.
Ladies and gentlemen, buckle in. We're getting pretty hyped over here for what's bound to be an exciting match. With Hydra starting off on defense. So far for the operator picks, we do see a Jaeger, Smoke, Pulse, Mutant, Legion coming out from Hydra. Pulse being a very solid operator, especially they're playing Lobby and Press Room. So that Pulse is more than likely, I would assume, going to be either playing Garage to look up towards Nano, or he would be above by Overturned Table. Although that's not a likely position to have a Pulse playing. Coming out from the attackers, there's that Lion. You said you keep seeing him slip through, and now you see him being picked in the first round. So that's going to be... A Lion can be kind of annoying. He does essentially give a team wall hacks, especially when you're playing a site like Lobby and Press Room. You know, it gets really tough to go against people that know exactly where you are and exactly where they have to. And then in the hands of, you know, like Neptunes and just in general in the hands of a team like Carnage and Chaos, it's going to be really intense for them to have to play against them. We do have Vandals on the Blackbeard, Vertical on Ashe, Carnage on Hibana. Super is going to be playing Zofia. We're moving into the action phase now as the attackers start to make their way towards site. It looks like Vertical might be trying to take second floor control over from the admin side. He's opened up both of those windows. He's going to get up there. Probably going to get his teammates to drone for him. Maybe drone himself. They've got 2 drones going into admin now. So a lot of focus on the admin side from the attackers. They're really going to focus on getting control of that second floor. It's kind of important for this bomb site because you want to make sure that you can get a plant down in that main lobby without somebody shooting you from the room up top that is Overturned Table. Or, what's what I've called it? There's a lot of things that people call it. But Vertical now on his drone is going to get hit by one of those mute jammers, so he's a little stuck on intel in that case. One of his teammates is going to have to drone up there to support him real quick.
So, like you talked about, that Pulse is going to be influential in the information when you're losing that Valkyrie and the Echo. Aviation right now is going to be the really only source of advanced information that the team can't garner from default cameras. And you got an admin push coming through. You're going to try and come through vending machine. And this is a pretty typical hold top side. You do have kill holes opened up, sipping on OJ, sorry, looking towards the top of Visa stairs on the Jaeger playing just outside of the bathroom door. You got Vayne and Connector as well, so it's a 2-man pinch topside, and they're going to try and hold out. They've killed half the round thus far, which is pretty good. Not a lot of action. The ADS is burning out some flashbangs from the A-bomb balcony or meeting room balcony. This is not where the bomb site is currently. The Zofia impacts are coming out as well. Try and clear out any barbed wire triple drones coming in down the hallway, and CNC are actually burning a lot of time on pushing through. They haven't actually identified the location, but the Ashe of Vertical is going to get tagged for half. Vayne will finish him off. Vertical will be the first deficit of this matchup. Vayne laying in behind the first EOD, going to be popping out. Meeting room push now for both the remaining attackers topside as another one fills into the back of admin. EOD will finish up as less than a minute left on the board. Vayne taking the aggressive peek out from Connector. Now the Hibana pushing up, and the Nitro from below. Aviation is going to... Oh, yeah, actually is going to connect on that. Carnage will fall. That's the breach off the board. I thought he moved out of the way perfectly in time, but now it's up to the Zofia of Super pressing down vending machine. Diffuser is down at the top of admin, or sorry, Visa stairs. But I don't know, OJ going to smartly back off. They have 5v3 advantage with 35 seconds remaining. He's going to rotate down the Visa stairs and try and press the advantage on the site, and they haven't gained any top control. Hydra in a wonderful position to lock this out.
Yeah, Vandal just sitting right outside of the front door right now, trying to catch somebody off guard if he's able to, but that smoke is being smart. He's using his canisters just like he needs to, trying to stop them from coming into that main door. Super is going to shoot some of his concussion charges back there and try to delay the smoke. Smoke's going to go for the peek, and down goes Super from above. RTC taking out Neptunes, and then Vayne following it up to take out Vandal, giving Hydra round 1. A very strong start from Hydra, just shutting that down like it was nothing.
Yeah, the problem with that round right there for CNC was you are taking way too long to ascertain the information necessary to clear out the roamer's topside, and you're just not pushing. It's a tight corridor to try and push through by yourself, and with those mute jammers stopping out the drones, they were very influential. A great pickup there by Vayne on the mute. We talked about lack of information on the defensive side. Well, that time around, it was Hydra denying all the possible information for the attackers, with those drones being caught in mute jammers through hallways and doors. A very slow push, a very, very ineffective push as well, and a wonderful collapse by the defender's top side to round out the round. I mean, Hydra played that perfectly, and Super also mentioned they were unaware of where the bomb site was throughout the course of that round. That is... It was a perfectly executed admin take, I'll give you that much, but I think your first clue at that point, if you're getting admin control that easily, is where the hell is the bomb site?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I thought, based on the way they started taking admin, they knew exactly where the bomb site was, and they were just kind of trying to get ready to get that top floor control. But who was it? It was Vayne and Sippin that both sat upstairs. They played incredibly smart. They did not try playing anywhere near desk or the flip table. They just sat back, waited for the attackers to try to push up, and then shut them down as they got there. Now we do see Hydra is going to be playing in the garage bomb site this time, so garage and kitchen. Hopefully, CNC knows exactly where the bomb site is this time, so that they understand the best way for them to attack it. Yes, we do see a thermite and a Hibana being picked, so they could be prepared for the garage, because this means that they can open up the hatches and try to get that garage door open, giving them a lot of ability to pinch the defenders on site and force them into angles that they're able to get the kills from. So far, like last time, a little slow on the attack. They're not really gaining too much ground. I don't think any of them have really gone inside just yet. Vertical on the Ash has not even gone inside, and we're about 2 minutes left on the round. Those Hibana pellets are going to get taken out by the castle that was playing on the first floor there.
Yeah, the castle barricade is going to be stopping the push into the back bathroom hallway on the main floor. And once again, Carnage and Chaos stalling out slightly here. There's about 1:55 left on the board. And once again, the attack is starting to stall out, clearing out the main camera and the main lobby is Vertical. He's pressing main lobby. Vayne going to acquire the first kill onto Vandal, as now they've at least taken down that Blackbeard from the A-bomb balcony. This defense once again looking to stand tall, looking up to the hatch. Vertical landing half the shots, reciprocating onto Vayne. He'll back away with his life. There's 1:30 left on the round.
And it did get the kill there onto Vertical. It is now a 3v5. The attackers really stalled out. I think they're getting the garage door. Yeah, so the garage door has just been opened, giving them a little bit of a better point of attack onto site. But if they don't get that control on the second floor, if they get nothing to really deny that play on the first floor, I should say, then there's, opening this door is going to be... It's a tiny bit of help, but it's not an advantage. Super is making his way in through Visa, so it looks like he could potentially go for a pinch on site, but he's going to get some shots fired at him. And he's going to fire back at it. There was one of the defending players playing upstairs in Tellers. Rudy is going to get the kill on a Neptune's, putting it to a 2v5, and then Rudy going for a pretty nice peek there. But Super is going to get the kill onto Vayne. In the meantime, Flashbang is coming towards Rudy, as Hibana is sitting just outside of the garage door. 25 seconds left in the round. There it is. Rudy's going to get the headshot on the Carnage as he walks right into sight. Rudy was blinded, but he got his vision back just in time. Super's going to take out Sippin on the stairwell. 15 seconds left. It's just Super. He's less than half health, and he has to make a move on sight. He's going to get ready to go down the hallway now, fire some of his concussion charges in. He's going to go ahead and peek the office, but nobody's going to be sitting in there, and Super's going to get the kill onto Rudy, but RTC with the shotgun sitting right around the corner is going to shut him down to take the round.
Second verse, same as the first year, man. There's something wrong with CNC. I guess Consulate, sorry, is not their map. I'm not really sure what's going on here. This roam clear is taking forever. It has not been effective. Their drones are off point. They're just taking so long, and even in stark contrast to the round previous, we saw Vertical on the Ash immediately 20 seconds in, gain control of admin. It took more than a minute for an attacker to get inside the building this time around for CNC. They're taking way too long. You know it's a downstairs hold. You know there's going to be a roam top side. Grab that admin control again, man. You gotta speed this up. You're burning way too much time on this roam clear. You're burning way too much utility on trying to even ascertain the location of anyone on the map. You got to get some better drones in place and prep. You got to get some better coordination on a push. You got to get 3 people on some windows. You're going to have 1 cut off a rotation. You're going to have 2 push them out. That is your roam clear on Consulate. It does not get any more simple than that. This isn't Hydra beating CNC. This is CNC beating themselves at this point by just wasting all the time available to them.
Yeah, I think one of the biggest things I've noticed was the Ash is frequently droning for someone else and then droning for themselves. And then pushing in on a drone that they just used for themselves with intel that's, you know, going to be like 20 seconds too old. So maybe they'll pick up on that and change it a little bit this time. But Hydra, once again, back in lobby and press room. Sippin sitting in that same spot that he was before. I'm assuming the Vayne is going to be upstairs as well. Pretty similar lineup to what we've seen on the attackers, except this time Neptune's is going to be on the IQ. Potentially for those frag grenades that are very useful for taking out either attackers or the barbed wire that might be sitting on the front door if they decide to do so. Vertical once again droning himself out into admin. Himself and Neptune's now going in as Super is actually already sitting in there.
Scanning station.
Interesting.
Neptune's looking for any electronic information. He just spotted aviation on that pulse for half a second as he walked back down the Visa stairs towards the basement. 1 mute jammer to get taken out to the wall as well. And that was the bane for CNC the last time around, was those mute jammers catching all the drones off guard. Now time they're bringing the IQ on Neptunes. They've cleared out the barbed wire much faster. A minute deep in the round, this mute jammer is going to stall out a connector doorway. But at least Super has the information based off of last round and off of what they are seeing currently. They're spraying it towards the bottom of long desk, though. So these mute jammers are still doing a decent enough job at holding off. The Blackbeard of Vandal repelled on the connector window, unable to land the finishing blow into Vayne as he drops him down to about 40 HP. But a great shot by Vayne is, for some reason, Vandal had pulled out the Deagle to take the shot, losing that face protection. Aviation is now rotated up these spiral stairs in support. So now you have a 3-man hold topside to sipping on OJ. Still playing that bathroom hold. They'll duck him to safety. Aviation will now drop, leaving it to the 2-man hold. Vertical pressing up the main lobby hallway. The sun grenade's coming out. Vertical with 1 shot around the corner. Takes 2 with him. Sippin and Vayne will fall. Now a 4v3 advantage and a wonderful roam clear this time around from CNC.
Nitro deployed.
C4 coming out from the pulse. It's just kind of pre-placed. He saw somebody there, but he's not going to set it off. Seems to have stalled out a little bit right now. Not much action going on either end. Some shots being fired. I'm not sure quite where from, but nothing really connecting. Aviation spots the drone, goes to shoot at it. Doesn't land him, though, so the intel is going to be given to the attacker that I just saw run down the yellow stairs there. So I think now Aviation believes that there's somebody playing up those stairs. So he could potentially get caught off guard. Vertical is going to be in the garage, peeking up through that hatch. And Aviation is going to get the shots onto Vertical, though. So he must have figured out where he went. Now he's going to go ahead and pull out his pulse scanner, see if he can spot anyone, but no, not really. Super going to get the headshots onto Rudy as the diffuser is going to go down. RTC taking out Carnage right after the diffuser goes down, and then Super shutting down RTC. It's all up to Aviation now, who's sitting on the diffuser, and Super's going to get the headshots onto him to shut it down. The attackers finally, CNC finally rounding it up to take a round.
Like I said, much better roam clear. You don't lose everyone this time around. This is more what I expected to see from CNC. A little more coordination, better drone push. I mean, yeah, it was the Super show that round. Not going to deny that. Super invert. Still with the only frags for CNC 3 rounds deep, which is a tough position to be in if you're anyone else on that team. But now heading back downstairs. So Hydra with a clear aversion to the top floor. They don't want to play a top floor defense. That's an interesting decision, really. I mean, you don't have that Valkyrie information to check cams outside for repels, so I can understand the temptation to steer away from that. But at the same time, I mean, the Valkyrie cameras aren't everything. You still have a pulse to play below if you want to utilize that Nitro cell and Nitro anyone who eventually makes it in, or Nitro anyone coming for an admin push. There are possibilities, and top floor is still a very, very good bomb site to hold. Right now, Hydra has no reason to. I mean, you shore up that roam game topside again, and you don't allow Vertical to come down that main hallway and take down 2 of your roamers in about 3 seconds. You win that round as well on a stall out. Like, they don't have any reason to head upstairs. I'm just interested by the decision, if it is just the Valkyrie or if there's something else in their game plan that they hate going upstairs and they're not going to for the rest of the game.
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of potential for it. We do see this is a pretty similar setup. I think it's almost the exact same setup they had before when they were playing down in Garage. Vertical, once again, is going to be entering from administration side. But it looks like, yeah, so there are 2 defenders that are going to be up near that side. There was the Bandit, and I think I saw Ella heading in that direction as well. We'll see if anything comes of that. As Super throws a drone in to get it taken out immediately. And then a second drone is going to go in, see if he can maybe spot somebody for Vertical going in and take out. Vandal is going to take out Sippin and Vane from that window on console office. That is perfect positioning from the Blackbeard to shut down that roam game like it was nothing.
What did I say? Have 2 push, put 1 on a rotate hold. That's exactly what Vandal was doing with the Blackbeard. Repelled on the console windows and catches both defenders on a rotate. You still have Rudy upstairs in the bathroom, somehow evading, and he'll finally get spotted out on the drones and go for a rotate back down yellow. But a massive disadvantage here for Hydra. Only a minute deep into the round, now minute 15. You still have the bathroom hatch to drop with, but it's going to be a flee back to site and try and stall it for as long as possible. Vertical's already made his way halfway down the spiral stairs to the basement. I mean, again, droning for himself, an interesting position to be in as an Ash. But 2 defenders still topside. If you only got the smoke of RTC on site, and I think Vertical has assessed this, he's going to be going for the rush onto site.
Rush after droning himself in just a little bit. The Mira is going to drop through that hatch, get herself back towards site, and then peek the hallway and get taken out by Vertical. Vertical now pushing into the small office here as that window gets opened up. One of the defenders crouching back into the garage bomb site and not getting spotted there. Shots going from Vertical towards that defender. There's smoke just sitting right there. This RTC is going to get taken out from above, putting it to a 5v1. Rudy Cat left alone, sitting inside a kitchen. He's going to get taken down by Vertical as well. Vertical getting incredibly aggressive there to try to give that round to CNC.
Vert's nuts. I'll just keep saying that. Vert is nuts, and
we do have
it was good to see Vandal pick up as well.
Yeah, we do see Vandal being the next person on CNC to get some kills onto the scoreboard there, which is nice.
Yeah, we're almost in the first half, and Neptunes and Carnage both just kind of along for the ride at this point. I'm a little surprised by that, and as I touched on at the beginning of the last round, now Hydra are heading to the top floor on their defensive hold for their last round in at least regulation, sorry, on their defensive side. Try and hold top floor as they've lost 1 of each of their other primary bomb sites that they were utilizing previously in the main floor and garage. So I said last round you didn't really have a reason to. You went on stall outs. This time they're going to head topside as they've lost both the others. Fang going to be reinforcing the skinny wall, and that's an interesting kind of situation to be in. If they don't reinforce the entirety of the yellow closet, we could be seeing a situation in which where you don't have that Valkyrie, you don't have that advanced information to place directly inside of the B bomb and console office. If instead they'd elect to rip open that yellow wall and play it from the yellow stairs with double ADSs as that safety instead. They've double reinforced the bathroom, actually reinforced every possible bathroom wall topside. So kind of leaning towards them not opting to utilize that strategy, but it could be an answer to the overwhelming pressure from admin is to have that safety on the yellow stairs to back off to. You don't really have to peek very far. And you can use a rotate through bathroom to escape safety.
Yeah, I mean, so far we've seen CNC push into admin every single round. Last round, it seemed like Hydra was ready for it a little bit. They knew it, and they had some people in place for it, but unfortunately, they got cut off by that Blackbeard that was in a beautiful position. It looks like Neptunes is trying to get that Habana potentially to open up that reinforced wall so you can look through onto site. And now, I do want to note, Neptunes has been a different operator, I think, every single round so far. He's on the Jackal now. So he's playing entry fragging roles, but he has been picking a different operator every single time. He does get the footsteps there, giving his team just a little bit of intel moving into the round. So far, nothing really happening on either side. No kills, nothing really, exciting just yet. But Vertical over by the vending machines there could have gotten into a little bit of an encounter if he wasn't safe.
Vertical going to be clearing the barbed wire to head into A-bomb as this Habana charge on the reinforced wall above the Visa stairs, and Vandal once again as that Blackbeard DMR, so faithful. It's going to be repelled outside the A balcony. Not going to stand on just in case because they do have a possibility of 2 nitro cells on the board. It might have actually been 1 going off prepped. at the top of Visa Stairs, or was it secondary Hibachi charge? Even though Carnage is downstairs, I'm not sure what that explosion was. But you do have Rudy as well playing with that ACOG down the long hallway from the bathroom door. The same position that Sippin' on OJ was occupying previously. Rudy actually going to start things off as I say that, dropping vertical. That's the Ash off the board, but a double push coming up the main hallway in the cover of smoke as Neptunes is coming all the way down the main hallway. He's going to drop Vayne now, leveling up Mancow, grabs a second one for himself as RTC falls. Now a 4v3. They have to retreat to admin to get the diffuser. Neptune goes for a third, but won't be able to convert. Sippin' on OJ going to tie up Mancow once again down to a 3v3 with 50 seconds remaining, spraying it towards the top of the Visa Stairs, unable to land any shots as no one's rotated over just yet. That attack from CNC was pressing forward. Sippin' going to claim another victim as Carnage falls. 40 seconds left. It's up to Vandal and Super, the two fraggers from the previous 4 rounds, barring vertical. Super holding for main hallway peaks. They're gonna have to recover the diffuser once again. Wary of Sippin' on OJ. Super caught off guard. It's all up to Vandal now alone in a 1v3. 25 seconds, peeks to the corner, drops Sippin', looking bathroom hallway, able to land half the shots, but not enough to finish off Rudy Cat. Has no shield on his DMR, no face protection. He's got one flanking from Spiral and one at the bathroom door. Doesn't have the opportunity to plant. Just no time and they'll rush him. Rudy playing it safe. He just sees the shoulder of Aviation, who will back off to safety on Spiral. There's no chance for Vandal. Rudy shuts him down, and Hydra going to take the first half, 3-2.
And it was a slow attack from the start there, just like it has been, you know, almost every single round from CNC, except for the 2 rounds that they won. And, you know, the pattern stayed. Slow attack means you lose. And they lost that round because of it. They tried to get a little bit aggressive in the end, but I think losing vertical, or no, not vertical. Am I saying this right? No, Neptunes. Losing Neptunes on that Jackal as he pushed up down that hallway. He was in a really good spot, but the moment he got peeked from connector there, he got shut down. And losing him really stalled them out a little bit there. And I think they lost a few people just before that too. There was that nice pick from Rudy to start it off, getting that kill down the hallway there, which made things a lot harder for CNC moving in. But now CNC being on defense, their first site is going to be the top floor. We'll see how they manage to pick this one up.
Yeah, I will say, having that ACOG down the long hallway from Rudy on the dock coming out of the bathroom hallway was a pretty standard play, but one that CNC should have expected. They smoked it off, but I guess they didn't hit the rotation from behind the long desk with the smoke because it was too far off, and Rudy was still able to spot vertical rushing in through the A door from Visa Stairs. He gets taken down. Neptunes is a wonderful push down that long desk, like you said. Grabs 2, establishes man advantage, has another smoke grenade ready to throw to smoke off connector. Oh wait, guys, we forgot the diffuser and admin. Crap. And that killed other momentum. They had to re-push into site that they had already acquired. They had to regain real estate that they lost over a silly mistake, and it slowed them down tremendously. And now Hydra taking that advantage, 3-2 after the first half, and they're looking pretty strong.
I mean, they look ready to roll. They do have a Dokkaebi this round, so that's going to give the pusher, the attack, a bit of a hand when they go to push into site. You can set off those cell phones, give your teammates a little bit of an audio cue to exactly where the defenders are. It can be really annoying. It's a nuisance for the defenders, but it's wonderful for the attackers. Tells them everything that they need as they're pushing in. And it also means the defenders have to take a second to try to shut their phones off. 2 minutes left in the round, though. The attack kind of slow right now. Not really much ground has been gained by Hydra. They have spiral stairs. It looks like they cleared out basement entirely. It looks like they're trying to clear out the first floor. They do have the sledge moving into main lobby there. Vandal does have a little hole in the floor. I don't think he spotted the sledge through it just yet, though. Minute 45 left, and nobody has fallen. And gunshots finally being exchanged as Sippin is making his way over here. He's going to get taken out by Vertical. Vertical getting the first kill of this round. A nice headshot as he came down the service stairs there.
So Hydra looking to go for a bottom to top clear. Aviation going to spot out Vertical inside of towers for just a moment there as he turned on the ERC to evade the vision of the drone, and he's going to rotate down the Visa Stairs. The basement to go for a long flank. 75 seconds remain on the board, but this bottom up clear from Hydra is not going so well. As I say that, though, Vayne will cut down Super, leveling up man count now to a 4v4. Just over a minute remaining as Vertical's coming for this flank. In behind, he's going to catch one off guard. This is the Sledge of Aviation that will fall. The second one, the Dokkaebi can't finish him off. RTC escapes with a hair of health remaining. Vayne and Rudy are opening up the skinny wall from yellow into the B-bomb site. Neptune's going to rotate over down the long desk and hold this position, looking in towards the top of yellow. Spray and smoke heading into the top of yellow stairs. The diffuser has been dropped. RTC and Rudy's now been reset, thankfully, as he's down to about 5 HP as well. RTC, not enough time to go for this reset right now. They don't have anything to do it with either. The ADS catching out all the flashbangs, opted to be chucked inside. Carnage going to get flashed and stunned, but Vanda will press up to the yellow stairs as RTC falls away. Vayne looking in towards the kill holes. Rudy getting gunned down by Neptune as he tries to rush the breach hole. Now an impact coming down to stall out Vayne even more. He's going to have to reacquire the diffuser. He sees Carnage laying down behind the bomb, grabs one, evened up man count, spraying in. He's able to down the smoke, looking in towards bathroom. He can't land the final shots. Vayne trying to tuck in for the plant, doesn't have the time. He's got RTC down outside and now rushing in with the pistol in hand. Neptune's cuts him down, and thankfully, by the skin of their teeth, CNC able to survive by Neptune's backing away into the bathroom. Oh, that was so close to being a wonderful clutch by Vayne.
That was insane. That flank from vertical down there caught them completely off guard, and then RTC slipping away was so lucky for Hydra there. They were very low on health. They weren't able to get the reset off onto RTC, which a little bit unfortunate, left them at a bit of a disadvantage moving into site. And then, you know, they had that wall opened up, and then the Hibana, I believe, pushed right in through a smoke canister that was there, and then just got shut down immediately. But not even from the person that was playing on site. It was actually the player sitting inside of bathroom. And, you know, these CNC, these are all very experienced players. They're not going to get kill hungry. They're not going to, you know, run out there and say, nope, I need to be top of the scoreboard. Nope, I need to get every single kill that's out there. I need to ace this round. I need to get these kills. He played it smart, and he just sat in the bathroom. He was like, nah, he doesn't have time. If he starts planting, I'll know. So he just sat back. Played it safe. And, you know, that little bit of hesitation there from Vayne. I think if Vayne had pushed towards bathroom a little bit sooner there, rather than hesitating and attempting to go for a plant, there's a bit more potential that Vayne would have been able to clutch that round out.
5 seconds to insertion.
But he did pause for a second, get in position to go for that plant before he went for that rush on the bathroom. And, you know, that bought CNC all the time that he needed. He just sat, Doc just sat back in that bathroom, nice and safe, held his own.
Yeah, Neptune's with a smart play there to play the safe angle and duck away to safety inside a bathroom behind a reinforcement as well. And admin control looking to be acquired very quickly here. Not sure if they're aware of vertical playing at the top of the Visa stairs. Obviously, he is cloaked by that ERC. Free fire spray came a hair away from nicking him in the head. He'll take out the drone and give away his position, but one's already repelled in. Vayne, you're throwing your life away. Vertical cuts him down early. Here's the one coming copy hallway. Vertical with a second. A wonderful shot onto Aviation. He's got a third pressing up. It's RTC, the Dokkaebi, hiding in just on top of the admin hatch to go down. He gets spotted out by RTC's drone. Self-droning himself. He's got one repelling up to the A-bomb balcony. That's the Ash. It's on OJ. The phone call comes out, but Super is covering from the long desk on that bandit. Vertical will turn off his phone. Still around 60 HP, in perfect position to take the engagement. RTC with the SMG-12 though, from copy hallway, is able to gun Super, just not paying attention. And now Vertical is going to have to go for the 3-piece to regain the top control. It's exactly what he does. He takes the bathroom hallway. He's got a fourth pressing in onto him now. It's sipping on OJ and the Ash, who would come in through the meeting room window. He'll go up the Visa stairs now to re-engage with Vertical. He gets cut down for the fourth. Vertical going for the ace as he pre-fires in towards the meeting room windows. Rudy in a 1v4. He makes his way either into the top of Visa stairs, that's where he is. He'll rotate back to the meeting room. He's holding the pixel, and Vertical with the ace, holding it down the top of Visa stairs, rotating bathroom hallway. Vertical 1v5, alone topside with the ace.
Somebody get this man a bigger backpack. My God. He sat in the same area the entire time. And I mean, this is what you know, Hydra should have been. Well, I say this is what Hydra should have been doing, but I mean, they should have been doing it with like more than one person. I mean, I'm not sure if any of the Hydra players would have been able to play the way Vertical just played that. That was incredible to witness. But I mean, he knew they were coming from admin. He held his position and he just waited for them to peek him. And then every single time they tried to peek him, he just made sure that he won those gunfights. And it was, oh man, it looked like for him it looked easy. It looked like he was just cutting through hot butter. Like it was nothing for him. Wow.
I almost like, I don't even want to point it out really, because it takes away kind of from Vertical's ace, or it would have if Super wasn't asleep at the wheel. He's holding the angle on bathroom hallway from long desk, and RTC just turns the corner and drops him on the one tap. I don't know what Super was looking at, but Vertical played it perfectly on the peak, coming through the doorway. Goes for a wide, aggressive peek into that copy hallway, and somehow absolutely murders him.
Well,
And
Super's phone was still buzzing at that point. So
yeah, sure, he might have been. I didn't catch if he was answering the phone and RTC just turned the corner and domed him, or if Super was literally asleep and sipping on OJ. Gonna cut down Vertical, so no back-to-back ace. Vertical getting aggressive inside of admin, and that Lion loses about half the HP, but able to shut down the runaway train that was Vertical.
Yeah, I mean, Vertical got a little cocky there, though. You know how Vayne kind of ran straight into him last round. Well, this time it was Vertical's turn. He did go for a spawn peek there from that window on admin and lost his life because of it. A little unfortunate, but it starts the round. Basically starts the round at a 5v4. And it looks like RTC has taken admin control. He's going for the pixel peek. He spots out the smoke, and Vayne being brought very low on health. No, Vandal. Sorry, I saw the. Wow, that was
okay.
And then Carnage is gonna kill Vandal. I think going for the reset, but that was a deagle. No, not a deagle. They can't have a deagle.
Boys.
I was just that's bad. Now RTC is gonna take out Neptunes as well, putting it to a 2v5, as it looks like Hydra is still just trying to drone out sight. And then Super getting some shots. There it is. He's gonna down and finish off Sippin'. Vayne taking out Carnage in the meantime, so it's all down to Super now, who's not even close to sight. He has to run up spiral stairs to try to get towards sight. His phone's going to go off now, too. The Lion isn't there, so there can't be the Lion going off at the same time. That would be completely fatal for Super, but he does shut off his phone, but there is one of the attackers sitting right on yellow stairs here, and there it is! Vayne is going to go for the peek and get the headshots onto Super, giving Hydra this round.
So CNC are living and dying by Vertical. It is either Vertical is going to dumpster everyone on Hydra, or Hydra's gonna have a fun time on their roam clear, because Vertical is the only thing standing between Hydra and a win at this point with his play. That's, if you're Vert, I understand the temptation to go for that peak.
But after playing the way after playing the way he played last round, you can't risk it. At that point, you just kind of keep on with your streak and just. But he risked it. He risked it, and I mean the rest of CNC with the way that they've been playing tonight. You know, a few of them have some kills right now. It took a while for some of them to actually get some kills on the scoreboard, which is unfortunate. But when you're playing as well as he is, and you see that the rest of your team might not be performing the greatest, you don't throw that away. Because, like I said, he's got a pretty big backpack on right now, and if he drops that backpack, it's not looking too great for CNC.
5 seconds to go.
So, I'm also curious. That was a downstairs defense that Vert aced on. Maybe try that again, boys. Just head back downstairs. You lost the top floor defense. I'd go for it again, honestly. And Aviation, oh, there is a defender laying down behind White. I think the ping is coming out, or at least a drone call at the very least. Aviation was getting ready. I think it might be Vertical as well. Yeah, it's Vertical laying down behind White. He's reading into this bottom-up clear. Pushing into the garage was the attackers.
And he down goes Aviation. He is downed outside of that door, but I'm not sure entirely if the Vertical down there knows that he's downed. RTC is going to throw a smoke grenade in there, try to give his teammates some cover as he crawls to safety. They're going to want to try to get Aviation up, but Vertical is going to get the kill onto Aviation now, putting it to a 5v4. The first Lion is going to go in, and Vertical running down the hallway is going to get spotted by it, but then he's going to stand still a little bit. One of the attackers coming down, Lion coming down, service stairs really quick, is going to shut down Vertical. They know that they need to get that kill if they want a standing chance, and they got it this time. But Super is still down in Archives Corridor on that pulse. He's going to give some intel to his teammates, and there it is. He's going to shut down RTC now, as RTC went up to try to hack into the cameras.
Minute 20 deep into the round. Super still giving up the intel that there is one inside of admin. Oh, he's gonna launch the nitro, and it's just off the mark. The attacker is gonna be aware of Super's presence still inside of archives downstairs behind the server rack. Looking up through his own nitro hole is Super. He's not gonna find anyone, as I believe all three attackers have now congregated themselves downstairs. So once again, CNC at the very least are doing a wonderful job of drawing the ire of the attack to the complete opposite floor of the bomb site. Super, he's got one pushing down blue hallway currently. It's Vayne. He's going to launch at the stun canisters. He's going to hear this. Super's going to peek the angle, but oh boy, Vayne. Okay, he lands his shots and is actually finally able to finish that kill, but that was ugly. 3v3,
he just wanted to
52
circle him
seconds.
there. He had to circle his target and then zone in. You know, one of those little things. But it looks like the attack got stalled out. You can't ask for much more than from a roamer, you know, besides an ace. But to stall out an attack this much, there's 3 attackers left. There's 3 defenders left as well. 35 seconds left in the round, and they've really made no progress towards the actual site. I mean, Vayne is just finally going into admin right now with 30 seconds left on the board. Sippin does kind of peek that doorway there. I think he might have spotted one of the defenders, but just not in time to get a shot off there. Vayne is going to send in his concussive blasts to flip table here, see if he can get anything, but, you know, they're not really getting any until that. Neptunes is going to take out Rudy, and then Vayne is going to push into sight to get taken out by Neptunes, as well as Sippin takes out Vandal in the hallway now, and then Sippin takes out Neptunes, and Carnage finally shutting down Sippin as he's sitting in that hallway there. I mean, it was just, they took way too long, absolutely way too long trying to push towards site, and that was entirely because of the roam game that was there. I mean, Vertical spent a very long time alive downstairs, made the Lion rush down service stairs to try to get the frag.
Yeah, that's what has been working so well for CNC. Is it's not even their site play that's actually winning them rounds. It is Vert acing top Visa stairs on a garage hold, and then Vert and Super in an archives roam downstairs on a top hold. It's, we're gonna draw all of Hydra in. We're gonna make you come for this roam clear. We're gonna take a couple of you with us first off, and we're gonna waste every single possible second that we can. They burned almost 2.5 minutes on that roam clear, just trying to get rid of Super and Vertical. They lose 2 members of the attack in a sledge and a Dokkaebi? Yeah, Dokkaebi.
Yeah.
On the roam clear as well. So you're losing smoke grenades on Dokkaebi, first of all. You're losing frag grenades on Sledge. You're losing the ability to clear barbed wire infinitely with the sledgehammer. You're losing the ability to distract the defenders into weather position with the phone calls. Those are 2 very important operators for a late round site push. They get dropped on the roam clear, and you lose so much time on a floor that is not even adjacent to the bomb site. It's 2 whole floors away.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, it would have been smartest for Hydra to just really go for site and then have somebody in position to cut off the roamers when they go to fall back to site. But Hydra, I'm not sure who their IGL is right now, but he didn't make that call, clearly. And that cost them, because they spent the entire round going for, you know, the basement. And the bomb site is, as you said, not even close. We do see Vertical on this roam again. He was at the top of yellow stairs. He's heading towards the front desk of console, heading towards that long hallway there. RTC's drone is going to come down the hallway, and they do know that, you know, there is a vigil nearby because of that aura that shows on the drones. The first Lion now is going to come out because they need to use that to try to get rid of Vertical. At least made him fall back to site, so they don't have to worry about it too much. But a minute already off the clock, and they're still working on the 3rd floor there. These roamers are wasting a lot of time for Hydra, and I think Hydra needs to really focus a bit more on getting onto site a little bit quicker. Neptunes with a C4 is going to get the first kill of this round. He's going to take out Vayne. So that's the Zofia, a pretty useful operator in terms of utility.
Okay, Aviation is either completely blind or he's faking out Vertical by sending the drone back 7 times. Now Vertical finally going to destroy it as he rotates into Piano. And it looks like an attacker playing above that piano hatch. It is Aviation himself, was considering a drop of Vertical will claim the life of Aviation, now down to a 5v3. And to keep map number 1 alive, Hydra in a dangerous proposition. 70 seconds on the board, the first phone call comes out from RTC. Vertical opting not to answer, is Rudy going to take the corner from the bathroom hallway. Vertical now picking up his phone. Bad time to do so. Rudy with a free kill into the back of Vert's head. And now they'll start opening up the remainder of the hatches.
See you on the other side.
Rudy going to be opening up the bathroom hatch. Sippin is going to be rotating down the spiral stairs to help this push come from the east side. Now Neptune's catching on the pulse cardiac, says that RTC had pressed down, but he lands on a Legion trap. Have to push him back. Time ticking down for this attack as they are still down a man. Time not their friend. Super coming in for the flank from behind from the Archives hallway, and Sippin with 30 seconds left is opting to go for the drone. Hydra in a very poor position here. They're going to launch 2 smoke canisters, 2 flashbangs down. It's going to be responded, and a double nitro cell from Carnage will drop RTC and Rudy. It's all up to Sippin on OJ now, who vaults over the yellow stairs. He spots Vandal. The smoke detected on the EOD, but 15 seconds remaining, and a wonderful wallbang by Sippin on OJ to drop Super. It's now a 1v2. This is doable, but he doesn't have the diffuser. It's lost in the back. Neptunes will cut him down, and CNC are going to take map number 1 Consulate, heading us to Coastline with a 1-map advantage.
This entire map was just all about how long the attack was going to take. That was all that we saw. Just every single round, the attackers taking way too long on either roam clear, way too long because they didn't know where the site was, and they just threw. They weren't entirely throwing their lives away. They were throwing the rounds away, just completely, spending 2 minutes on a roam clear or anything like that, and it cost them dearly. And I think in the end, it was just the fact that we saw CNC win more. They won 2 attacking rounds. They won more of their attacking rounds than Hydra, if I'm doing this math correctly, right?
Yeah, 6-4 final score.
Yeah. So we're gonna take a quick little 2-minute break, if you guys don't mind sticking with us for that, before we jump into the next match, or next map. Sorry, the next map is gonna be Coastline when we come back. So stick around. We'll be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to CCS Season 3, Week 3. My name is Crazy Man. I am joined once again tonight by the wonderful Flynn.
Hey, bud.
That first map was it took a while. I mean, we went to 6. It ended up at 6-4. It was a pretty long-lived map, and it came down to who played better on attack.
Yeah, and I mean, it really came down to whether or not CNC wanted to keep shooting themselves in the foot, or if they wanted to actually play their game. And then it came down to in the back half if Hydra wanted to keep shooting themselves in the foot, or if they wanted to play their game. And both teams kind of had to fall through with that a little bit, and CNC came out on top after dropping the first half 3-2 on their attacking side. Yeah, I expect more of the same from Coastline, honestly. I feel like there'll be... I anticipated more of a cyclical roam game. And what I mean by that is a lot of rotations between floors on Consulate, and that's not exactly what we saw. We saw a vertical stand in one spot and invite all 5 attackers to approach him one at a time, and then he gunned them. And then he did the same thing downstairs. And then when he died, Super came and helped as well. And they held their one little spot on the map and did their thing. And if they want to run that game on Coastline as well, they'll have a lot of success doing that on Coastline because the map will play that way. If they want to start rotating back towards different rooms of the building and different floors, they're going to run into some trouble if someone's holding the rotates from the roof above courtyard. But Coastline, I think, could actually play out very similarly to how we saw Consulate go.
Yeah, I mean, it's entirely possible. However, we do have one big thing that I want to talk about real quick. We have our operator bans for Coastline.
Yes.
So we've got CNC starting on defense, Hydra starting on attack. Hydra banned out Glaz and Vigil. And then CNC banned out Blitz and Castle. So Vertical is not going to be on that Vigil this time. Do you think there are any other operators that he can still pull that Ace Roam game with?
Bandit. I mean, Jaeger, if he doesn't care about the ADS time and the market jump and recoil. Ella, if he's going to tap fire. I mean, there's plenty of 3 speeds out there you can use. You don't even have to go for a 3 speed if you don't want to. Honestly, Vert is a wonderful player. He's a wonderful fragger. And I really don't think that he's going to have any trouble picking a different operator than the Vigil. I mean, Vigil's great to frag with, but there's a bunch of other ones he can use. He can use Pulse if you wanted to as well. Slower rate of fire, but has a nitro at hand and a cardiac sensor for info. It's Vert. He's going to have a fun time.
That's true, and it is Coastline. Coastline is a very fun map to play. We are waiting for one of the players to get back into the lobby. I believe someone was subbed out. Subbing out for Geo this time.
Yes. Neptune's
left, yeah. So we
Nep
are
had
just...
to go.
Unfortunate, but I'm sure that they'll still play very well. Geo is a pretty strong player as well. I mean, this entire lineup for Carnage and Chaos, they've got strong players. It took some time for a few of them to warm up during that last map, but I think at this point they're all going to be warmed up. Maybe Geo hasn't had time to warm up, but yeah, he's got 4 people with him that are warmed up, and he's got Vertical. They've got Vertical, so I doubt...
Any team with Vert, just don't count it out. They could be Vert and a handful of silvers. Don't count it out. Like, Vert is Vert. Vert is nuts. And as I say that, Geo hops into the lobby. Thankfully.
All right, so
we got 5v5 now.
Yeah, I believe our overlay for the operator bans is going to be down for a little bit. We're going to try to get that back up. But I think we're ready to jump into the match. So here we go. We're going to go ahead and jump straight into Coastline. CNC versus Hydra Gaming. Jumping into Coastline now. On the defending side, we are going to have CNC starting off. See which site they decide to pick first. Penthouse and Theater. Pretty typical first site to see picked. I've seen a lot of people now picking, like Hookah as one of their first sites, or maybe sometimes even Double Bar as the first bomb site, depending on which team it is, how well they know how to play it. But I think so far, I think Coastline has the most site variety that we've seen. Whereas typically you'll have 2 bomb sites on a map that get played every single time. We did see every single bomb site for Consulate get played just now, but You know, there's 3 different bomb sites there, and then when it was CNC on defense, they didn't play lobby at all. So I think that just came down to Hydra Gaming being willing to play lobby there.
Yeah, the bans. I mean, losing Castle on Coastline. I mean, that's situational at best. I mean,
I think that ban was made more or less for them to be able to keep a defender that they wanted.
5 seconds left.
I think it was more or less they were just trying to get rid of somebody that they knew they weren't going to play. So
Attackers
they
have
didn't
recovered their diffuser.
really care about getting it off the
Attackers
board.
locate and defuse a bomb.
Yeah, it's just such a weird one. Such a weird one to take off the board. Yes, you can manipulate the map with Castle, but still, there are other operators. At least get the Vigil off the board. At least get the Vigil so Vert can't run around and be his mongoloid self.
But he is on Jaeger, so he could still be
He can still,
incredibly
like I said,
dangerous to go against.
there's other operators out there.
And moving into the round, it looks like Hydra has started taking a little bit more ground. So this is a bit faster than what we saw when we were on Consulate. They do have some inside ground before the first minute has already gone by. So it's progress. It's progress. We'll see if they're able to keep it out, like this throughout the rest of this match. It looks like they've almost completely cleared out the first floor, and they have aviation down below here over towards service and bathroom. So he could start opening things up above him and try to flush some of the defenders out of positions that they're in. But it looks like he's actually not gonna do that. Instead, head towards the lobby. Okay, he's gonna start opening up from floor and theater. See if he can get any ground with that. But the hatch opened up behind him, making him a little bit worried that somebody might try to drop there and take him down. You see lots of droning happening right now, but no real pressure coming from any of those drones. I think aviation is the only person that's actually really doing anything in terms of the inside right now. But Bane taking a lot of damage as he walked in from that front door. Vandal was just sitting above that hole in the floor watching it. Aviation is going to lose a grenade to the ADS. Unfortunately, we're a minute 25 left in the round, and there's really not much more ground has been gained since they took this first floor here.
Yeah, Vane's going to be going for a reset outside. Rudy's going to pick him up, but it looks like Hydra are very, very slowly trying to establish themselves the opportunity to go for a theater stairs take on the wall. RTC is going to be heading up the theater stairs, and he'll back off and wait for the drone, as there was a defender, the Bandit of Super, but opted to hop out the theater stairs window after being cornered and stuck by the drone. Total Mao in chat as well. The thermite charge is going to be going up on the wall as the bandit's been taken down. They don't worry about the trick anymore. The smoke will fall. Carnage off the board. Vandal down to about 1 HP inside his sight as the thermite charge detonates, exposing the outside of the wall. And now RTC dropping Vandal now down to a 5v2. Vertical and Geo left alone, as I believe they're both stacked on site. You got one sipping on OJ will drop Geo. It's all at the Vert now in a 1v5, and he's gone. Damn, no clue where Vert is. He's lying prone inside of Penthouse, it looks. And 20 seconds left on the board. He stands up on an ejected mirror, but aviation will cut him down before the jackable fall of RTC. It's a perfect round for Hydra after a very slow execution to begin.
I mean, it looked like CNC was going to have that in the bag, but as soon as Hydra really started their execute towards site, it just collapsed. I don't think CNC was really ready. I think they were assuming there was not going to be really any solid pressure in one direction at that point. They were probably guessing based off the way that things had played out during the last map that, you've got a minute left in the round and they still haven't really pushed you, so they're going to be scattered a little bit trying to figure out what they need to do. But I think Hydra really just zoned in on that south wall there, and then they had the one attacker that was sitting, I think, over by billiards, that ended up getting one of those last 2 kills there. So could have been entirely intentional how long they were taking on that push, trying to make maybe CNC think that they were, safe where they were and then take advantage of that. But we don't hear their comms, so I'm not entirely sure what was going through their minds at that point.
So CNC opting to go for a second time around on Penn Theater. And I'm sure this time around they'll be a little more wary of the theater stairs take, which, in my opinion, is just the better take overall. as VIP take onto penthouse walls, a little played out and a little stale. Everyone really knows how to defend it properly. The theater stairs take by no means is a new invention, but I do like it a little bit more to execute upon and just to watch as well. It really does force out those anchors who really, when you think about defending Penn Theater, you are not staying inside a penthouse at all. You got people stacked inside a theater, and then you'll have people on a roam game. If you want to get ballsy with it, you'll put someone in the bathroom until they blow the hatch and you got to run away. But if they stick a Blackbeard on the main window, it's over for anyone playing inside a penthouse. So you breach open that theater wall, and then the anchors have zero place to go. The Vandal gonna be a little more aggressive on these kill holes to the floor, but the Buck once again from Aviation gonna rip up the floor to displace any anchors. And as I talked about, no one playing in Penn, Gio's gonna stand right in the middle as there hasn't been a Blackbeard positioned on that main window just about yet. Minute deep into the round, a lot of action happening as once again Hydra taking things a little bit slower, and I think this is vertical the Jaeger inside of courtyard. Tron's gonna come out from RTC, it's gonna spot him stuck dead to rights in the corner. He's gonna try and vault over, vertical gun down, nice and easy. Good intuition there from RTC to drone that out for himself, get the spot out, and keep him locked down in the corner.
Yeah, it's a very big kill too, especially getting vertical on that roam. We've seen the work that he can do while he is roaming, and that is going to be some footsteps being spotted by RTC now, giving his team some intel on that defender and where they're going to be running around. I think they fell back onto penthouse at that point. They're heading over. They have control of VIP, but Super is going to shut down Aviation, who I'm not actually sure where that kill ended up happening, but Super still being hit by this Jackal, but Sippin finally getting the headshots onto Super. So, I mean, Super got the kill onto one of the attackers while he was being spotted out by Jackal. So that's a little bit of a slip up from Hydra there, but Sippin was able to trade it back, which is nice. He's kind of low on health now, but he's just going to drone out sight, try to give his teammates some intel if he's able to. That mirror window is going to get opened up from below. We do have 2 of the attackers down on the first floor right now. Now they're going to head up those stairwell as they're opening up the south wall of the theater. Wall has been opened up. A smoke canisters are going to come out and try to stop them from pushing on the site and getting the plant down right now. 3 defenders sitting inside of penthouse watching towards that south wall, trying to see if they can get any picks off, trying to delay the plant as much as possible with those smoke canisters. That's all 3 of those toxic babes have been used up now, and RTC is going to go ahead and try to throw a smoke in there, but both of those are going to get burned up by an ADS. He's going to get the headshots onto Vandal, though, putting it to a 4v2 as Sippin is going to get down and then killed with a C4. Now RTC peeking this mirror window very tight. He's going to get hit by the bandits. Going to give the defense a little bit of intel that he's right there. He's still getting hit by it, but he's going to get the... Oh, no, Gio's going to get the shots on him. The diffuser has been placed, though. It is a 2v2 with the diffuser down. Gio going for an aggressive early retake. He's going to go towards the door and get downed by Rudy. It's all up to Carnage now, who's going to go and get the kill on Vayne, but Rudy is going to spin around and get the headshot right back onto him.
Much closer round. Jeez, that shot by Rudy. Much closer round there, and CNC did a good job of responding and trying to reciprocate on the aggression onto site. The ADS is really saving their life there for a minute. RTC getting caught out against that bandit charge for what felt like an eternity. Pressed up against that ejected mirror, and like you talked about, bad rotation costs Aviation his life, but Sippin trades it back out. That was a much closer round.
Yeah, I think
the only thing I don't like is CNC heading back to Penn Theater again.
Attackers need to locate
I mean,
and defuse bombs.
It's like they're beating a dead horse at this point, and it's not working out for them. Maybe they'll change things up a little bit this time. We do have Gio. I think Gio's played a different operator each time so far. Could be wrong about that. Maybe he played the mute the first time. No.
I do not.
Gio, I remember he was on
first round.
Valkyrie last round. I don't know who he was.
Yeah.
But I think a big issue there that happened was that C4 that was used to kill a downed player was a massive waste of utility. And then when they had to go for the retake, Gio walked right up to the bomb and like aggressively went for an immediate retake. And when you have a retake that you have to get down and it's only the 2 of you, you don't want to throw any of your lives away. And he just walked right into the line of sight of one of the attackers. I mean, they had to have known that both of the attackers were going to be holding the angles that they were holding. You know, one person watching the main door and then one person watching the giant hole in the wall. But Gio just walked right into line of sight of the door there, and he ended up losing his life because of it. But it looks like Geo and Vertical on the joint roam over here, as Vertical is going to spot out a lot of people using his heartbeat scanner there. Aviation sitting inside a Sunrise is probably being called out by the Pulse right now. He's going to shoot that camera. Some drones are going to go around. Sippin has made his way into the office on the first floor, but he's going to head back outside. And I'm not sure if he's going to head upstairs and try to take out anybody that's over by Aquarium or what he's going to do. But Vayne is going to get the shots onto Super on those south stairs there. Super going to fall extremely early. RTC now taking out Vertical as well. That's 2 roamers being shut down. 3. All 3 roamers have now fallen as Sippin takes out Geo. And then Vandal is going to take out Vayne. But it's a 4v2. No roamers left standing. It's Carnage and Vandal still on site. With a minute 45 left in the round, they need to figure out what it is that they're going to do.
I don't know really what Super was doing there. He's holding out a shift like he's chasing after some donuts going down the stairs and catches a headshot for it. But I didn't see what happened to Vert and Geo in the process on their joint roam like we saw earlier. Okay. Hit reg is fantastic, even through walls. Don't worry about it. RTC going to get reset, and Vertical dealing with a lot of pressure onto site as the Ash Charge coming down from the main hallway from Sippin on OJ. On the top of the theater stairs. Still has an intact mirror to play, and Carnage playing behind the theater bed. He's getting ripped up through the floor for it from the skeleton key of Aviation, and it's leaving Vandal alone in this 1v1 against the Ash. Carnage trying to suppress the advancements of the attack. The drone going to spot him out, and no one on CNC can hit a drone to save their life this round. They'll evacuate to the safety of the bathroom. The skeleton key coming out from Aviation once again, trying to displace Carnage to kill him off. Those 20 HP. There'll be a trade coming out as Vandal grabs one, but RTC will take down Carnage. It's all up to Vandal, the 100 HP Mira, hiding inside a theater to get smoked out, holding the hallway door. Another smoke grenade coming out as they press into Penthouse. The Plant is going down in behind the bed. He has to worry about the cover from behind. A 1v3 with Plant down situation down. The frag grenade lands at his feet, takes about 70 or 25 HP off. Goes for the pre-fires, unable to land the securing shot to at least get 1 kill and garner some momentum. The rotate comes all the way around Aquarium Billiards and back to VIP. Vandal still alone, just searching for the head of one to start something off. 2 drones getting prepped in place. Behind the bed half wall is RTC. Vandal falls. Hydra, 3 out.
Hydra is playing these attacking rounds very well. We haven't seen the exact same attack from them. Well, the first 2 rounds they did attack pretty much the exact same way. They went for that south wall. They grabbed it, and then they, got the plant down. Second time. I don't think the first time did they have to get the plant down. It could be.
First time, no.
No, yeah. Okay. But this time they went for that VIP wall, and they planted over by bed. So they changed things up because they're noticing that CNC is just not changing things up. And they're still not going to really change things up. They're going to go Penthouse Theater again. I can hear you brushing your teeth together right now at that. But we do have Vertical on the Caveira, which is an interesting pick. We'll see if he's able to do it. It is Vertical, so it could work out for them, but at the same time, it could just end up being a massive, throwaway for him. We'll find out as the round goes on, I guess.
If you ever played Vert and TMs, you know not to mess with his cav play. Other than that, Geo swapping to the Echo. I don't really see another anchor helping out in this situation. What you need to do is establish some control over those theater stairs, which is very hard to do. You can put someone in the planter spot in the middle of the hallway, or sorry, the vase spot that Geo just destroyed to allow the vault up. That's a really dumb spot to sit, but sometimes it might catch someone off guard. It's like, the thing about the theater stairs take that I love so much is there's not a whole lot you can do to combat it unless you do, like I talked about at the top of the broadcast, just stop them from getting inside the building at all. Once they have a little bit of map control, once they have a little bit of your real estate as a defender, it is so hard to take it back on Coast. And pre-fire's coming out from Aviation towards Vertical leads me to believe that they've droned them out again at the top of Cool Vibe stairs, and being a droned out Caveira is not a fun situation to be in either.
No, but being a droned out Vert Caveira could be an incredible situation. They could just start running at him. But with the way Hydra has been playing so far this game, they're not, just running in blindly. When they have the intel, they're playing it smart, and they're having multiple people push. Whenever there's any roamer anywhere, they've got at least 2 attackers pushing them at any given moment, which is nice to see. You don't want to see them going in and chasing kills all alone. But there's the footprints now are going to be scanned on Vertical, so he's got to play it very safe now. Potentially use that to maybe bait somebody out, but you know he's surrounded right now unless he goes through security. But I think Sippin is right on that doorway, so that's going to be really, yeah. So there's the shots coming through the wall there, putting a lot of damage onto Vert as Buck is right there. Aviation going to get this headshot onto Vertical, shutting down the Caveira. Minute 30 left in the round. I mean, no kills really coming out from Vertical, but a lot of time being wasted. So not entirely a bad roam. Still made it work for them a little bit.
Not a bad roam at all. Shots coming up from the floor once again by Aviation, using that skeleton key to full advantage thus far throughout the game, ripping up the floor, trying to displace Vandal again. Now Vandal trying to get aggressive, almost saw the head of Aviation peeking through the steel beams in the floor. This mirror will get popped open. Aviation takes one shot from above the hatch. Be enough to dissuade him from his mission, though, as they still have that man advantage. The cross coming over, Vandal with the shots, and it's Vayne coming out on top in that engagement. Vandal ripped up from the body shots, and another two-man advantage in favor of Hydra. It'll get dropped down to a 2 once again. This trades across the board. Geo drops sipping on OJ. RTC will fell super, and now rushing the hallway with the SMG-11 in hand is Carnage. There's a bad sprint by him. Smoke grenades coming out, a 1v4 situation. Geo gonna try and clutch out as they all pile inside a theater. The plant going down in the back and gets stalled out for just a few moments, and now he sees the head. Aviation in row. Oh, Geo, you saw him, but it's a 4-0 lead for Hydra, and this is looking more and more convincing. Like, we're heading to map number 3 of border.
I mean, with the way that this is going, it all comes down to what we end up seeing from defense on Hydra. If we see this strong of an attacking side come out from CNC, then you know this could be anybody's game at that point. But that we're on half now. After this round, it's gonna be half, so they're gonna swap sides. But do you want to say what side they're defending again?
No, guys, figure it out.
They just keep on trying the exact same thing, and it's not working for them.
There's 3 other bomb sites. We've proven they're viable. We've seen them all be viable. Your team yourselves ran a different bomb site successfully a week ago.
All right, I'm done. Keep going. They're not changing up anything that's really giving them an advantage. They do have Vertical on dock this time. I'm not sure if he's going to be a roaming dock or if he's going to be an anchor dock. It's Vertical, so potentially a roaming dock.
10 seconds
But
remaining.
at this point, instead of changing up the operators you have and
5 seconds
just
left.
change up the site, it's a much easier change to make.
Attackers recovered the
But it doesn't seem like they really want to make that change. It seems like maybe they actually want this to go to border. Because it doesn't seem like they're trying to make the changes that are needed for them to win a defensive round. They just keep doing the same thing over and over again. It's driving you insane, as I can tell.
Yeah, I'm a little rattled. You could say that much. It's
If we saw you right now, you'd be about 45 degrees in your chair.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I'm just very confused as to. I think CNC have tried every single possible roaming combination as far as positioning goes, except for downstairs. They tried Vertical inside a courtyard one round, and that. Why are you in courtyard, Bert? Like. It's the same push every time. Aviation, I think I've said it 4 times now. Ripping up the floor with the skeleton key. Trying to get an angle onto Geo's playing right in front of the bay windows. Hydra have completely neglected dropping anyone on the double window into penthouse, and if you're going to give them that real estate, they might as well play it. It's the man disadvantage and then the push onto site. They're going to breach the theater wall. It's going to push the anchors back. They're going to be caught on a rotate on a flank hold, and it's going to be game over. Unless these roamers, who are seemingly stacked inside of VIP, can do anything about the site push. At least come in on the flank, kill some time, distract them, at least get a pick or 2. It's going to be a 5-0 lead heading into their defense.
I mean, Super has already taken some damage, but so is Aviation. I'm not sure where that little damage trade-off has gone, but we do see Aviation below still trying to get some shots. RTC getting some shots onto Vertical there inside of Hall of Fame, but Vertical's going to go ahead and heal himself up after that, as he is Doc. RTC getting very close to that wall right now as one of the defenders is sitting right behind it. He's going for the wide peak right now. We could see some shots being traded between RTC and the defender that's sitting right there. There it is. Super is going to get the kill onto RTC, but then Super's going to get traded right back. Vayne taking out Geo, and then Carnage taking out Vayne. These are just trades left and right now. It's put into a 3v3 as Doc gets downed. And he does use a stim pistol to get himself back up. Sippin, I think, might have seen, yeah, saw a little bit of his body there. He's going to fall back to a little bit of a safer angle. Vertical, still playing over by Hall of Fame. It's going to fall back a little bit. It's full anchor right now. You've got a Doc, Smoke, and Mira, as that wall on Theater has been opened like you said it would be. They do have the Mira window facing that way this time, though. Yeah, and then the shots from the hallway are going to hit Carnage, though. So it's like, we're giving you credit. You've got the Mira window facing where you know they're going to come from, but you're still losing somebody to that drone hole. And then Aviation getting the grenade onto Vandal. Vertical taking out Sippin now. It's down to Aviation and Rudy Cat. The diffuser is going to start to go down, and Aviation is going to sit here holding that angle. He's going to get the shots onto Vertical. Hydra is going to end the first half at 5-0.
Blanked. They have blanked CNC, and it is not because Hydra played fantastically. I will admit they played a solid game, and they executed their game plan to a T 5 rounds straight, because CNC dug their heads into the sand and just refused to adapt, refused to change. I'm not. Just Blue Bar, Sunrise Bar. Wow. Okay. Fascinating how there's other viable bomb sites. Hydra looking to lock this thing out with a clean 6-0.
I mean,
Attackers need to locate.
there's not much more that we can really say about this either. It's just that they would not stop trying the exact same thing. That entire half could have gone very differently if maybe they had just tried going maybe kitchen service. Or maybe, you know, any of the other sites that are all very viable. Maybe they'll learn from Hydra that Blue Bar and Sunrise is viable. If Hydra wins this round and sends us to border right now, then maybe that'll show CNC that some of these other sites are viable too. But I think if losing the same site 5 times in a row isn't good enough, I'm not sure how exactly to get through to them. They're all very smart players, very skilled players. So I'm not sure what was going through their heads for those decisions.
Honestly, it could be like you said, they just didn't really want to play Coastline, but it's here. It's one of the maps. You didn't ban it out. If you really hate it that much, then
Their pick,
ban
isn't it?
God, I hope it is. What are you doing?
I'm not sure. Maybe they're very confident in their attack on Coastline, and they're gonna try to bring this back.
You better be. You're 1 round away from losing.
Yeah, and so far with 40 seconds already off the clock, no ground has been gained inside. I think they might have been trying to take the second floor there, but they didn't really move on it. There was a drone that just spotted out the defender that was sitting on the blue stairs, and now Vertical is starting to push on the Ash. He's going to go and try to peek this, but he looks away at the wrong time, and Sippin is going to get the kill onto Vertical as the Ella gets downed up there. I don't think they got the call that Vayne has been down. Maybe they did because there's, you know, oh yeah, they got the call from that drone just now because there were shots through the wall. But there it is. Geo is going to get Vayne now, and then Sippin taking out Super, putting it to a 4-3 in favor of Hydra. So confidence in their attack might not be all that they, you know, needed. But some shots from Geo now going towards the bar is going to put some damage onto, I think, Rudy Cat that was playing behind the bar there. Minute 30 left in the round, and then Geo takes out Sippin and then gets immediately traded back by Aviation.
Smoke canisters coming out to try and stall out. There's still 80 seconds left on the board as Rudy's just going to try and stall this thing out for as long as possible. There was a rotation to the Sunrise Bar window. Carnage, if he gets called out here, is going to get shot. It's exactly what happens. RTC guns him down from behind. It's all a Vandal now in a 1v3. 65 seconds on the board. No diffuser in hand. He's a Blackbeard, and he's going to lose a lot of HP and his shield in the process. An impact nade coming up from the floor. He'll evade the second one and back away to the balcony of Hookah to safety. He's trying to get an angle through the floor. He's going to pull out the Deagle and just send off some prayer shots. He's not hoping to hit anything with those, but at the very least, he's ascertained some safety inside of Hookah for now. Aviation might still have a nitro cell on the board that if anyone can get a ping onto Vandal's position, it would be game over, but it is. It is game over as Vandal doesn't have the HP to clutch this out, doesn't have the time, and doesn't have the utility either. Another smoke canister going to be coming up to the floor to dissuade Vandal from getting too aggressive onto the site. And now Rudy, getting a little adventurous, coming up the cool vibe stairs, is going to meet Vandal at the pass, peek to corner, shotgun in hand. Vandal falls 6-0. Hydra win.
Wow. That was a 6-0 from Hydra. Flawless victory, as the screen is showing. I'm not entirely sure of what CNC was thinking throughout the entirety of that map. Not entirely sure.
I guess Gio's sick of something.
Yeah, I don't
know.
know.
Gio, I'm sick of seeing you guys lose Pent Theater 5 times in a row.
Yeah,
I'm in the same boat, bud.
I think we all are. I think everybody is a little tilted after that 5 rounds on one site.
Oh Lord.
Although I can't exactly say that it's okay for CNC to be tilted after that, because you did it to yourselves. They chose the map, and then they chose the same bomb site 5 times in a row while they were losing it. But we are going to take a short 5-minute break before we go into the third map, which is going to be Border. So if you guys don't mind just bearing with us, the next 5 minutes, we're going to get ready for the third map, which will be the final map for this matchup, and then we still have our second match of the night that has to come up yet. Stick around, we'll be right back.
From beneath the sand, things can take me across, seem so far away. Across this universe, she lives another day. I know the reason she stays. I know the reason she's so far away. I know the reason she stays. sun, she's so far away.
Take me away from home. Show me all the places I've never known. And we'll chase the night. Race all of these broken dreams and flight. And we'll fly. Up here, we're free, bound only by frozen memories. Lost in time, racing all these broken dreams tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to CCS Season 3, Week 3. I'm Crazy Man, joined again by the incredible Flynn.
Hey, bud.
Getting ready to move into Map 3 of Hydra Gaming versus Carnage and Chaos. Third map is going to be Border. I think we got our operator bans. Flynn, could you read those out for me real quick?
Up bands. We got Buck, Glass, Vigil, and Pulse for Border. So thank the Lord there's no Mira ban on Border, because if I watch another game on Border or Ori with a Mira band, I'm going to jump off a cliff and out a window and into the depths of the Grand Canyon, because it is not fun. It's not fun to cast. It's not fun to watch, and it goes really long. It's just
That is not the preferable outcome.
it's not fun, man. It's not fun. So Border, Mira in play. What have we lost? We lost Buck for vertical destruction. You can still take a Zofia for it, or an Ash, or I guess if you're going downwards, you take a Sledge. Yeah, not the end of the world. You lose some frag grenades on the board. Take IQ, take Sledge, you're good. Losing Glaz, that's been a pretty common ban all three maps so far this game. It's pretty standard. Blitz not being banned against Hydra. We've seen what's his face Aviation on the Blitz being a pain for opposing teams on Blitz, so that's interesting. And then losing Pulse and Vigil, two strong roamers, obviously going to be a detriment to the roam game. However, Border, at least on the Armory Archives hold, not a site that really relies on roam play too much. really is going to rely on the anchor play and how well you can stall out that push, especially with the top floor. Losing that pulse, like the only real roaming you would have on an Archives Armory hold would be like a pulse and insert someone, Jaeger, Vigil, Bandit, whatever, downstairs to protect the pulse to launch that Nitro up and give the information. You can still bring a Valkyrie for it, so it's doable. The bans are interesting. They're not detrimental. We're still going to see a good game. I'm okay with this.
Yeah, I'm glad. But I agree with you about the whole Mira ban. But do you think so? We've got. Looks like we're gonna have CNC starting on defense again. Do you think we're gonna see a repeat of Coastline?
God no. God, I hope not. But God no. I don't think
not
either
as
of
well.
these teams are messing around this time. I think with CNC starting on defense, which is the same position they were on Coastline, I wholeheartedly believe, and I say this without seeing the game yet, thank God, but I wholeheartedly believe they will swap sites if they start losing. And like I predicted, Aviation immediately on that blitz. That's going to be annoying.
Like when you're on the TTS and there's the new operators and everybody is like clicking them before they appear. That was definitely Aviation on blitz. Just
yeah. So there's that Valkyrie I talked about. The absence of Pulse, Valkyrie can fill in that role. Zofia in the absence of the Buck. I think I saw Sledge there as well. Sledge Thatcher, Thermite, Blitz, Sophia. Yes. Yes, I am intelligent. I can remember things. Go me.
proud of you.
Armory Lockers, Archives, pretty standard thus far. You got your default 5 defenders. Well, I mean, it used to be a default 5 a couple seasons ago. It was sub out Ella for Valkyrie, and that was your default 5. And then once Ella got the nerf and the new terror of attackers coming in Lion and Finka came out, then we started to see some swap ups in those, in that 5th defender. But your main 4 on border are always going to be your Smoke, Jaeger, Mira, Bandit, as long as they're not banned out, and thankfully we have them all in play. Got a Fountain Mirror, pretty typical. I'm waiting to see, it looks like it's going to be a small office mirror from Vandal. That's exactly what he's doing. So we used to see, for like the last season or so, we saw this emergence of, we don't want you getting CCTV control. We don't want you having any kind of pressure on the west side of the top floor. We're going to rip open that CCTV wall and put a mirror on the armory wall. That has been dispatched of very easily. Now the teams are used to it, so we're seeing more of a regression to the former setup, which was a small office mirror, as it's just a lot harder to deal with.
It can be a major nuisance, just like this Aviation on blitz here. They've already taken control of East Stairs, which on border is a massive thing to take control of. You can cut off a lot of rotates with that. You know, if you don't take control of it while you're attacking, then it could be the downfall of your attack, because it gives so much control, so much access to this hallway that's over here, access to offices. But Super is going to get the shots onto Aviation from inside of Fountain right there. I'm not actually certain the angle that he was watching there, but getting that blitz off the board this early into the round is going to be huge, giving them for an advantage for them. And then Vertical is going to take out RTC as well. Some very aggressive office play coming in right here. I think Vertical went and peeked that window and just shut him down like it was nothing. Now Rudy's going to start shooting at the wall there. Try to open it up a little bit, but Vertical is really ballsy right now. He's peeking it anyways. There it is, the headshot from Rudy straight through the wall is going to take him down, and then Geo is going to take down Vayne. It's a 2-4 right now. 2v4.
Good. 80 seconds left. Sipping on OJ is hopped into the radio window. He still has one to deal with in Super inside of Fountain. The Nitro Cell will go out, get caught in the top. Another Nitro Cell flying out will claim the life of Sipping on OJ. It's all to Rudy Cat as the feed goes dead on my end. And we'll start to catch up once again. So Rudy outside of the... Oh, feed's dying again. I like it. You go for it, because I can't see a goddamn thing.
Geo went for the jump out onto the AC there. Almost lost his life trying to run back inside. But Super now is going to get the headshot onto Rudy as Rudy heads towards the east stairwell. The defenders are going to take round 1. Pretty definitively, Super saying in chat, put the shield away. You didn't ban it, so they don't exactly have to put it away. We could see Aviation decide to take the blitz back, and immediately we do see him pick that once again. So yeah, we'll see if they're able to swap it up, maybe keep that blitz alive a little bit longer. But Hydra just kind of got shut down on that push. They did open up the wall from the east balcony there and start kind of putting a little bit of pressure on the office, but they had no intel to tell them that there was a Jaeger sitting in Sandwich there ready to take them out.
A little bit of trash talking going back and forth. To be fair, I touched on top of the broadcast. Vayne was rightfully banned for allowing Bolo to fill on his account. Season 1 for EGA, CCS. This is all ancient history, but Super's going to the well for the chirps. Yeah, like you said, they didn't ban out the Blitz. You got to know Hydra, or Aviation on Hydra, is a strong Blitz player. It's your own fault, boys. You can't tell them to put the shield away if you don't want to ban it out. Whether you agree or not with where Blitz is in his current form, which I most certainly do not, for the record, but whether you agree with it or not, it is in the game currently. It is not illegal. It has not been universally banned. It is open for play. Op bans are available to make you either more susceptible or more creative on the strategies. You opted to ban something else other than the Blitz. That is your own fault at this point. And now, I guess, opting to go downstairs because they have no other choice this time after winning their first defense topside. A very good roam game by Vertical and Super. Super playing in Fountain behind the Fountain mirror, and then Vertical playing right up against Sandwich inside of Office. Once again, hip fire on the punch hole from Aviation. Not going to land any shots through the wall, but he did spot, I believe it was Carnage on the castle. Or, sorry, no, that's Vertical on the Legion peeking out of Archives. He's doing it again. More pings coming out. Aviation not going to be going for the ADS, as I wouldn't imagine he wants the ADS against Vertical in any situation.
I mean, they're good. They're pretty stalled out on the east side right now. I don't think they have anybody over towards AC to shut off rotates. They've got Rudy upside down looking at that window in Office there, and then Aviation starting to push in now. But their attack is fully focused from the east side, moving through Office into Fountain, and it's going very slow. There's a minute already off the clock. And there's a hole there, so Aviation has to be careful crossing that because his shield does not cover his feet. So that could be the downfall of him if you know, he runs right past it. There is one of the defenders sitting there watching it, but Thermite is going to go ahead and open up one of the walls from Office, looking into Archives. And now RTC moving into Archives, and Blitz is going to head into Archives as well. Aviation now peeking towards Armory. It looks like the shots are going to go at his shield there to try to delay him from pushing. But the attack has been delayed a lot right now. It's a minute 15 left. They don't have full control of the second floor. Rudy finally getting a kill onto Super. But now they have control of the second floor. Now they just have to work with it. They have the control there. They just need to work with it. Not sure what they're going to decide to do to work with it. It looks like Rudy is going to vault out over off that balcony there and head towards potentially the B window. They're going to try to get a plant down inside of there.
Vertical standing on top of the server hatch, trying to get an angle onto anyone catching on a soft rotation. He just misses the sledge of RTC, who was able to sledge the floor, hit a Legion mine, and back away. Vertical half a second late in RTC, expecting the peak. Vertical falls, a two-man advantage for Hydra now. Once again, looking strong on this attack, but it should be the flank coming upstairs to shut them down. As Geo's the Valkyrie playing inside of ventilation, a tough position to be in. The smoke grenade will repel Rudy even further back from the ventilation window. Go for a long rotation around as he notices that the default camera hadn't been taken out yet. Sipping on OJ can claim the third victim for CNC, and now looking down through that hatch, RTC unable to land the shots with the SMG-11. Vandal will cut down to Aviation, but RTC will trade it back out. It's all to Geo now, who had gone upstairs for the flank, but a little too late. He's gonna have to try and reclaim site against 4 attackers. The Blitz has fallen. Vayne covering from Customs, looking down the main hallway. Geo falls, a 1-1 scoreline on map number 3 on border.
It was a pretty solid attack from Hydra. It was a little slow at first. It made me worry a little bit that they weren't going to be able to pull it off. They did take quite a long time taking control of that second floor there, but once they had the kill on Super, they just walked right up. They knew they had control of it. They got in position to try to go for the site take and then the plant. And the Valkyrie kind of, you know, Geo walking off site that late in the round when there's so few of you left standing, risky, incredibly risky, and it just did not pay off for them. The diffuser ended up down. He had to try to go back to site when it was already taken by 4 attackers. and it's not the best position to be put in, and he got shut down because of it. They are going to be back upstairs this time. I think it's all the same operator picks, from what I can tell. Pretty standard operator picks, that bandit to try to deny them from opening up some of these reinforced walls, the Mira inside a small office, and then there's going to be one inside of Fountain as well, based on the way that they're setting things up. So, you know, pretty standard setups coming in from CNC. But it worked for them last time on this site. This isn't Coastline, where they're doing the same thing 5 rounds over and not winning any of them. So we'll see if they're able to pull this one off again and maybe get a downstairs win and give themselves the upper hand on this first half.
Yeah, the only substitution being made as far as ops go is RTC bringing the Ying instead of the Sledge. Stefan OJ still playing that Thatcher, but similar take looking to be forming up here, and I imagine we'll be seeing... actually, no, they've lost the frag grenades. Bring that Ying instead of the Sledge. They lost the frag grenades, I was going to say. I imagine they'd be utilizing Stefan OJ and RTC in that Thatcher Sledge combination to try and nade out Vert to destroy his ADSs first, then nade him out from the sandwich location. This time, they're just opting to go for a full take of CCTV and heading in towards the armory wall. Aviation has already stationed himself outside the armory door. RTC getting a drone in place to give them the information. It looks like it's one defender. I believe it's Carnage the Smoke rotating over to the half wall. Yeah, he hasn't actually gone for the full rotation over just yet. Checking the wall is Rudy. It's double bandited, and he's got to wait for Stefan OJ to thatch the wall. That's exactly what happened. You got 4 attackers all congregating outside the armory wall. Rudy waiting for a bandit trick. None such happening. The second EMP will go out, and all the defenders are awaiting this rush in. They still have to worry about that small office hash. A poor flashbang will blind Aviation outside the A wall. More drones going into fill, and now the smoke grenades at the behest of Aviation could start a quick plant for Rudy. If they try and bait out some nitros, we'll have to worry about a maximum of 3.
I mean, they seem to have been stalled out right now. It looks like 2 of the attackers are heading over towards the east stairs side, potentially trying to get a pinch onto site here. Aviation should have spotted out the player that was sitting right next to that little wall there, but just did not. Another Thatcher EMP is going to come out. It's going to take out any other gadgets that are left on site. Not sure if it's going to do too much. Aviation is going to go ahead and throw smoke grenades in. RTC is going to send in a Candela. C4 is going to come flying at him, but it's not going to get the kill, just damage him. Carnage is going to get the kill onto Rudy, though, as another Candela comes in, blinding Aviation as he pushes towards half wall, but RTC is going to push in, get the kill on a Carnage. Super is going to take out RTC. Aviation trying to push forward. The C4 from Super is going to come out and take out Aviation. Vertical is going to shut down Sip, and Vane coming from the main stairs over by Metal Detector is going to get the shots on the Super, and Vandal is going to shut down Vane to finish up the round. I was not expecting that little Sophia flank.
No, but a little more traditional carnage and chaos, if you will. Coming in through that A wall.
You couldn't hear me smash my head into the desk for that.
I'm waiting on some innovation here. I thought that office push was really starting to go somewhere the first round until they couldn't get rid of vertical. The roamer, aviation, the blitz the first time around was just not paying attention, but I thought that office push was a better idea than opting to go for the armory wall take, as that small office mirror is a massive detriment, especially not having the buck, especially having a roamer down. Sorry, downstairs. You're in a tough position to get rid of that mirror. You don't have a twitch on the board. You can smoke it out all you want, but all the nitros and toxic babes are still going to be flying out, and Hydra unable to win the trade battle in the mass grave that was the entryway of the armory wall.
And that might have gone a little bit differently if RTC hadn't lost his life when he went for the push on half wall there. But the Candela didn't get anybody that was behind the bomb. It only blinded the person that was behind half wall. So he got the kill on the Carnage, but then there was still, 3 defenders standing right there ready to shut him down. But while you're right, I think the office take was the smarter push for them to go. It's nice to see them trying something different when their first attack failed. Just going to throw that out there.
Mm-hmm.
But we do see the first floor ventilation and workshop is going to be held now by Carnage and Chaos because they won their defensive round upstairs. It looks like Hydra going for control of the second floor. 4 attackers or defenders. Okay, so 2 of them just dropped through the hatch. I thought there were going to be 4 defenders upstairs for a second there. I would have been surprised, to say the least, but I don't think it would have worked out for them. So Aviation now and RTC are going to head towards the armory wall. RTC almost sledging that wall, but one of the defenders is right by that half wall there, and Zofia is going to be the one that comes over to open that up. A grenade is going to come behind the half wall. RTC is going to get Vertical with it, but Vertical did drop Vayne before he fell. One defender left upstairs now. It is Super on that Bandit. Is going to run towards Office and potentially play it safe up there, try to buy a little bit of time as Aviation knows that it's clear inside of Armory because there's 2 drones right in front of him. He's just going to run around upstairs, make sure that he secures control of it, and, you know, just play it. It looks like all the defenders have rotated back to site. Attackers have full control of the 2nd floor. Aviation is going to go ahead and peek this hatch here and make sure nobody's sitting on top of the server. He knows that it's clear he's going to play a little bit differently and try to give his teammates some help here. There, one defender is sitting inside of Customs right now. I did just notice that outline over there. So that could potentially be a little bit of something that they need. One of the defenders running right past Aviation's drone. There it is. Valkyrie at the bottom of the main stairs is going to get spotted by the drone and then run right back to site. But I think there might still be a defender over by Customs.
Floor getting opened up by RTC with that sledgehammer. The hatch getting opened up and looking down through the hatch and slipping on OJ. He'll drop the smoke of Carnage. More sledge onto the roof of Archives. Now Geo again going for this late flank up the stairs. He's going to spot the blitz and run away. Aviation taking trading shots with Geo. He'll escape to safety into the custom small office, and he was denied his late flank to come back upstairs.
I mean, Super is still sitting over in supply too, so I don't think any of the attackers have figured it out yet. And it could end up being fatal. I think Aviation just came down the main stairs, and I think if yeah, Aviation did come down the main stairs and head to, oh, there it is. Now Super's going to get spotted by Aviation. But too little too late. The C4 is going to come out and not do any damage. The smoke grenade's going to come over there to try to stop it from pushing. And there it is. Aviation in the melee onto Super after Vandal dropped RTC, but Geo was down. It's all down to Vandal now, and Aviation on the blitz is just trying to push right towards him. There it is. The smack in the face. Vandal will fall, and Hydra is going to take round 4.
So once again, that blitz being a pain, and Super asking for the shields to be put away. You got to know your opponent, man. You got to know your opponent. You got to know to ban it out. You have to know. Not only are Hydra a well-known team in CCS, they're a well-known team in general as far as anything below CL or PL. And you got to know, just based on the last 2 weeks, that Aviation has been loving his blitz play. If you didn't want it on the field, you should have banned it. And it is running train for Hydra thus far. I'm really surprised that ban didn't come out, opting to ban out a buck instead of a blitz. Or, I mean, it seems like Hydra are a little unsure of, I guess, maybe the push they want to go for every time on the attack. This time, I mean, maybe take out the glass ban for the blitz instead. You gotta figure it out what you want to do, boys. But that's a rough situation to be in, to complain about it after you've already gone through the bans. And there was even a situation where they were complaining about not knowing they were going to be on defense on the first iteration of the bans. They knew the second time around on the bans they were going to be on defense for the first 5 rounds, and still opted to keep blitz on the board.
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong about this, but I believe Hydra, essentially this lineup has been in CCS since Season 1. Or like the Team Hydra. I think they were under a different name in Season 1. So, obviously, everybody should know that Aviation loves his blitz. But they opted for a different ban. They have to deal with it. But at the same time, they've been defending the top floor very well. They're able to get it every single time. They have not lost the second floor defense yet. They could lose it this time, potentially. If Hydra succeeds in this office take, I could easily see them taking this round. They do already have control of East Stairs. They have control of East Balcony. So an EMP is going to go into office there from the main door. So that means that a Thermite could push up down the hallway behind Aviation. Maybe open up that wall there and, you know, force the defenders out of Fountain. But right now, they're just sitting strong in Fountain. All the defenders are anchoring right now. I don't think there's any roamers. That was a risky move from Super to peek that. C4 is going to come out, fly past Aviation, and take out Rudy, but Super's going to get down for it. A trade, losing the Thermite, though, making this office take incredibly hard. Sippin is going to take down Vandal now, putting it to a 3v4. Aviation sitting close to half health. RTC has lost a little bit of health as well. Some grenades going into Fountain. Geo is going to get the shots onto RTC from above. Aviation pushing in and shutting down Vertical with a smack to the face. He's now at half health. 2 defenders still remain. 3 attackers are still standing and trying to push towards site, but they have no way of opening these reinforced walls that are on the Archives wall. Looks like 2 of the defenders are sitting, or no, 1 of the defenders is sitting behind the bomb. I believe that was Carnage on smoke, sitting kind of aggressive. They're going to open up this mirror window now, try to give themselves a better angle, looking towards sight, and some shots on Aviation. He's going to be brought very low, but Sippin is going to shut down Carnage, the only full health defender still remaining, and then he's going to get the headshot onto Geo to clean up the round. And that leaves Hydra 3-2 going into the second half.
Yeah, that round there, I mean, another office push coming out for Hydra, but this time around, just the inability for CNC to really have any success with their aggression. They didn't play vertical inside of Sandwich this time, and Super's Nitro missing the intended target. If you got that blitz, it's an entirely different story, and that blitz is incredibly strong. We've already touched on it a lot this far, so I won't go into any further on that, but little mistakes on there, getting caught out in a bad rotation as well. On behalf of CNC, like it was a much tighter round. It was just the simple mistakes and the lack of the conversion on what CNC intended to do. That Nitro from Super sailing over the head of the blitz, that was really unfortunate, honestly. And now heading downstairs, or Hydra is their primary defense, and we saw this I think in their week 1 game. Hydra were electing to use ventilation and workshop as their primary defense and reinforce all hatches, which is exactly what they're going for right now. They actually reinforce the customs hatch as well. I don't know how much I agree with that setup, unless they're just going to play a 5-man horizontal roam on the first floor and just sacrifice the top floor. That's a lot to give up if you're Hydra trying to maintain control of above sight. There's no real way you can get up or get back down other than staircases now.
It doesn't look like they're focusing on anything from upstairs. They don't have a hole in inside of Armory, so they're just completely giving it up and hoping that nobody really takes advantage of that. But it looks like immediately we're going to have CNC starting to take the second floor. Heading over towards security, you have Vertical. Going to head into break room and then head into CCTV. Kind of clear it out, make sure everything's nice and safe for his teammates before they start pushing into Armory. Vertical now heading over towards the Armory wall with some support. I think that was Geo that I saw to his left there. And now a drone is going to go in. So this is what I like to see. I like when you actually have a drone in front of your Ash rather than having your Ash droning themselves in. It gives you a bit of an advantage that's pretty nice to have. It looks like second floor control is going to be taken as Vandal shuts down Sippin now. That's the Jaeger off the board. Minute off the clock already. 1 defender has fallen. None of the attackers have even taken any damage. And they already have control of the second floor. And drones are going to head over towards customs and supply there. Make sure supply and attention. And make sure that that's all cleared out. Make sure there's no defenders sitting around there to surprise them. And I did see the bandit sitting inside of supply. And then Castle is going to be playing over by bathroom with Vayne kind of floating around in the hallway near customs and main stairs. All of the attackers right now are on the second floor. I don't think any of them are even near the window or anything like that. They're just going to be on the second floor opening up some holes in the Armory floor, I'm guessing. Potentially opening up hatches soon too. Yeah, so they've got some holes in the Armory floor now. I think Thermite is contemplating opening some hatches as Geo is going to go out the window and head over towards the B window now.
Some serious drywall work coming up.
Carnage going to go ahead and jump out the window as well. We have 3 attackers now on the first floor outside of this B window. I think I saw Blackbeard over by the main door. It's very risky. Some nice rotation denial here, but there is a bandit sitting in supply right by that window. And from that spot that he's at right now, he could get a nice angle to try to take out Vandal if he decided to. But instead, he's just going to sit tight until he absolutely has to. There is a castle barricade on the B doorway there. Ella goes towards the doorway and just does not, just almost loses her life, but Vandal doesn't land the shots, and then Bandit is going to smack the supply window now and alert Vandal to his presence. And there it is, the peek from the Bandit is going to take a lot of health from Vandal. Vertical is going to shut down Rudy, and then RTC is going to take out Vandal. Blackbeard down now. 10 seconds left in the round. The diffuser is going to start to go down from Carnage. Geo is going to take out Vayne as the attackers are rushing onto site. It looks like RTC is going to take out Geo and Carnage, and then Vertical is going to take out RTC to clean it up. The attackers taking round 6. I mean, it all kind of just happened within the last like 30, 40 seconds there. Everything just collapsing down for the defenders. That Bandit got a nice pick there, but unfortunately there was really nothing else that came of that. The Bandit, or yeah, the Blackbeard fell, but you've still got teammates on site that are falling, and you're not even remotely close to site, and your rotate back to site has been completely cut off. So it's a little unfortunate, but we do see that the scoreboard is going to be at 3-3 now. Bathroom tellers once again coming out from Hydra, so that maybe this time it's going to be Hydra pulling the strats from Coastline out that CNC had, picking the same site multiple times. Oh wait, no, wait. Bathroom and tellers. I just realized this is not Ventilation Workshop. This is Bathroom Tellers. Not a site that we frequently see, because if you lose top floor on this, the plant is almost guaranteed to go down. So, I mean, we'll see how Hydra decides to play this. Looks like B hatch is going to be open because that was not reinforced. Lots of holes being put into the floor.
10 seconds to insertion.
So they're definitely going to focus on holding from above. They're reinforcing that entire office wall there. And now they just have to play upstairs. Are there any... I don't think I even see any of the defenders. No, Aviation is on the first floor. So that's the Mira that's going to be setting up inside, looking towards Ventil or Workshop, I think is where that Mira ended up going. Lots of hatches, lots of holes being opened up above, and that wall there next to B-side has actually been opened up. So this is... Hydra knows exactly what they're doing here. They knew that they wanted to go for. They've planned this out. They've practiced this. I'm sure that they've executed it in scrims, and they're trying to see if this is going to work against Carnage and Chaos. Vertical upstairs is going to start trying to take towards Armory. Some barbed wire in there that's going to have to be taken care of before he can really get too aggressive. 4 defenders are on the second floor right now, with only Aviation being down below. Mirror window is going to be looking towards Armory, so that means that Hydra knows they're going to try to take from Armory, and they're ready for it. They're prepared for it. Sippin going to be sitting over by the wall in office, looking through a hole in the floor, trying to see if anybody goes to that teller's wall. There's just not going to be anybody there just yet. Carnage playing it safe, sitting by that car outside, trying to peek, see if anybody decides to peek him. But I don't think the attackers understand just yet that there are 4 defenders that are upstairs. There's only one downstairs, and he's sitting in a spot where you're not going to take him out from outside. Vertical is going to go ahead and start trying to get rid of some of that barbed wire. He did lose his first breaching charge, or breaching round, to an ADS, but he did burn that ADS with a flashbang. Now that barbed wire is gone, giving him the ability to kind of sprint in there if he decides to do so. But it's a bit of a risky move, but he's going to go for it anyways. He knows that there's nobody playing that right on that mirror window, so he's going to get a little aggressive. And it looks like finally Carnage and Chaos is starting to get a little aggressive towards the second floor here. Vandal is going to get the first kill of the round, taking out Vayne. There's less than a minute left in the round, and they still do not have much ground inside. Super pushing into office is going to get shut down by the firing line of defenders that's sitting there watching for him. A flashbang is going to come into Fountain. It's going to come into office now. RTC is going to be blinded. Aviation is going to take out Vertical. Carnage still outside down below. Vandal sitting inside of Archives looking towards office, trying to see if he can catch anybody's heads. 30 seconds left in the round. Vandal still in position in Archives. Carnage outside. Geo, I'm not exactly sure where he is. But Vandal is going to get the headshot onto RTC. He put himself into a pretty poor position there. It's unfortunate to say the least. 15 seconds left in the round. Geo is at the bottom of East Stairs. Carnage is over towards there as well. And Rudy is going to get the shotgun kill onto Vandal. The diffuser is going to start to go down inside of Tellers as Geo is watching the hatch. Geo getting the kill onto Sippin. The C4 is going to come out, but it's not going to land. And Carnage is going to land his shots onto Rudy. And then Geo is going to land the shots onto Aviation. CNC is taking the round when they didn't do anything until the last 30 seconds. Hydra, how did you let that slip out of your hands? It looked like everything was going completely in favor of Hydra. They had a very strong hold upstairs. They ended up even taking out the Blackbeard that was up there. But, you know, CNC made the smart decision. They took 2 people and they committed to them taking site. They didn't commit to, you know, the roam game for the entirety of the round, wasting all of their time. They did waste a lot of their time. It took them a while to really decide to dedicate to site. But this isn't what we saw on Consulate, where they spent the entire round going for roamers, and then suddenly the entire team realizes, oh, we need to go for site. This was, they spent a long time trying to clear out those roamers that were above, because there were 4 of them. And they would not have been able to get the plant down without clearing out at least some of the people that were upstairs. They dedicated 2 people to go take site. And then they got the plant down while watching an angle that they knew one of the defenders would try to peek from. A C4 did come out, which would have saved the round if it had landed in the right spot, but I don't think they were ready for the plant to go down in the spot that it went down, and it went down in the little sandwich area inside of Tellers. Once they had that plant down, they just played it smart, watched angles that they knew the defenders were going to peek from, and I don't think any of the defenders were ready for a plant to go down. Aviation wasn't even in position to try to deny the plant from downstairs, and he ended up being the last one to get taken out. We're going to move into the next round, though. We are going to see Hydra defending in Armory and Archives this time. Vandal, once again on the Blackbeard. He's going to head over towards, I'm assuming he's going to try to get onto the AC balcony at some point. This is a beautiful position to have a Blackbeard in, because he can cut off all rotation and make sure that nobody is able to rotate back through sight. Geo on the south balcony here with Vertical on a drone. They're going to go ahead and take East Stairs control and kind of spray towards office, see if they can get anybody down over there. Opening up towards the east balcony so they can use, you know, the East Stairs to run out there whenever they need to. Looks like this is going to be a heavily office-focused take, as Vandal is going to head up to the rooftop, potentially making his way over towards AC balcony. Vertical, once again on the drone from East Stairs. Carnage also droning it out. So lots of droning right now, lots of intel gathering. Vandal now on the AC balcony in the Blackbeard spot. And he's just going to get ready to lock down the rotates, make sure that nobody's able to rotate around through Archives. And now it looks like the attackers are ready to start executing on the east side. Get ready to go ahead and take towards office. They're going to open up this wall on the east balcony. Habana now is going to go ahead and try to open up that mirror window. That's going to give them the ability to try to put some pressure onto Fountain. But a bandit trick, well placed, is going to take out those Habana pellets. So that's unfortunate that they weren't able to get it open just yet. They do need to save the rest of those X-Kairos to try to open up that Archives wall. Geo just barely missing the shots onto the Ella that went for a cheeky peek right there, as Vandal still doing exactly what a Blackbeard needs to do and just sitting on that window. A minute left in the round, and Super is going to go ahead and get rid of that barbed wire on metal detector. Going to alert the defenders to his position. I'm not sure if they know that Vertical is on those main stairs right there, as Geo is going to move down L hallway. It looks like a lot of focus now on a rotate from the defenders, or from the attackers, trying to take from a different angle because they were not able to open up those walls and force the defenders out of Fountain. Vayne has gone downstairs alongside Sippin, so they could get a nice flank here onto the attacker that was at the top of the main stairs. Rudy is going to take out Vertical as he pushed in, and Carnage is going to shut down Aviation. Sippin taking out Geo, and then Vandal shuts down Vayne and Rudy, putting it to a 2v3. Sippin takes out Carnage, and then Super takes out Sippin. It's a 1v2 right now. It's all on RTC. He's going to shut down Super. It's all down to Vandal, who's lower than half health. 10 seconds left in the round. He was last on the AC balcony, and RTC knows this. He's going to sit inside of small office. Vandal having to go for the aggressive plays, and RTC, he's going to land the shots to take the round. Hydra is going to take round 8. Absolute chaos near the end of that round. Trades left and right. We're moving on to round 9. It is 4 right now. RTC up there with 10 kills on the board. Fairly balanced across both teams. It looks pretty evenly paced, and the scoreboard does show that. It is 4-4 right now, which means the teams are pretty even. We are going to see Hydra go ventilation and workshop this time. They've played 3 different sites already on this map. They played ventilation and workshop their first defending round. And they played cellars and bathrooms, surprisingly enough, on their second defending round. Then they went upstairs to play archives and armory, but that archives and armory hold was incredibly impressive, to be honest. It looked okay, so the hold wasn't the impressive part. The whole round was the impressive part because it was just non-stop action. Once the bullets started firing, they never stopped. And you had people dropping left and right from each team. It was absolutely insane. And it was hard for me to try to keep up with, but in the end, RTC did come out on top because the Blackbeard Vandal was forced to pull out his deagle and try to go aggressive for the kill, because when he has that shield on his gun, it slows him down a lot. So he wouldn't have been able to run towards small office and have enough time to get the shots off. So he pulled out his pistol, he went for the risky play. Unfortunately, he did lose the gunfight. RTC with a nice little 1v2 clutch there at the end. So great job on that RTC. We're going to move into the next round, though. Vertical and Super already on the south balcony, looking to take control of break room and security, potentially east stairs as well. Vertical already knows that it's nice and clear in there, so he's going to run straight in as Super is going to take out the camera at the top of east stairs, smack the door, and get ready to go in. So now the attackers have full control of east stairs. They have control of break. They have... Sorry, I'm hiccuping. They have control of CCTV. They're in a solid position for this round. Still 2 minutes left on the board. They have a little bit of time to work things out. Sippin is going to be sitting at the bottom of the main stairs there. RTC is going to go ahead and put a bandit battery on that wall towards bathroom side. Now we have Rudy opening up that entire wall over there by B. That's going to give them full access to that room, but it also gives the attackers full access to workshop and server if you're not careful. Looks like the hatches are going to go ahead and get opened up right now. Vertical defending his teammate as Vandal is going to clear off that desk, get rid of that pesky little computer. Now he's going to go ahead and jump onto a drone. Rudy is going to get the first kill of the round, though. Vertical is going to drop, putting it to a 5v4. That's a solid advantage to start off with because that is the Ash now that is off the board, a heavy fragging operator. Abana is sitting on top of that desk in archives, waiting for Rudy to go to just the wrong spot. But I don't think Rudy is going to step forward anymore. Geo making his way down east stairs now. Going to get the intel that doorway there is going to be castled off. They're going to have to try to take through tellers if they do go down that way. There is no sledge, and I think they could use the Zofia to open up if they decided to, but I think Zofia was opening up a lot of the holes that were above. Vandal just keeping control of customs right here. Ooh, just barely missing the shots onto RTC. And now Carnage is going to take out Sippin, and Vayne is going to take Carnage out right after that. A trade right back, putting it to a 4v3 completely in favor of the defenders. Less than 30 seconds left in the round. The attackers have not made much of a move towards site. The defenders are still hunkered down, and they're just sitting here waiting. They're ready for it. You got 15 seconds left. They have to try to get the kills to try to get the defuse. There's nowhere safe for them to defuse right now. Vayne is going to take a little bit of damage, but put some damage onto Geo as well as Rudy with a beautiful shot onto Super. One of the defenders, Geo, has been down as he dropped through the hatch, and then RTC is going to take out Vandal to clean up the round. Hydra is going to take round 9, putting them at match point. Absolutely incredible round as we move into round 10. This could be match point for Hydra. This could be the end of this matchup if Carnage and Chaos is not able to bring this back. We'll see if Carnage and Chaos is able to bring anything out this round that's going to give them the upper hand, at least push this to overtime. It is going to be Armory Lockers and Archives from Hydra, which we saw them win the last time they held it. If they're able to hold it again, that's going to give them this matchup. And I think at the beginning, people were kind of favoring Carnage and Chaos, but after watching them on Coastline, it's really hard to keep saying that they were the better team. They were playing rather oddly, though. So...
Yeah, and both of these teams have had a lot of success so far this season. Hydra coming in from the last season was the second place finisher. You know, they earned their spot. Carnage and Chaos coming in through our qualifier, only 4 teams being brought in from that qualifier. And so both of these are in a good spot. Carnage and Chaos so far undefeated. Matter of fact, there was a debate pregame whether or not they had lost 1 map or 2 so far this season. Of course, we're only 3 weeks in. But this is exactly the kind of game that I was expecting. And I'll tell you what, folks, I know we're running late, by the way, if you're here for Motivate and Nomads, but I expect a lot of the same out of them as well. So we will have to wait and see how this goes. But like you said, Crazy Man, Hydra now on match point. And if Carnage and Chaos are able to bring it to a 5-5, we will go into the unlimited overtime until one team wins by 2.
Well, we'll find out now. Vertical already taking control of the east stairs. There's 2 minutes and 20 seconds left in the round. They're starting to get map control, just a little bit of it. I believe they've droned out downstairs to see that it's safe. Otherwise, it's a bit of a risk with their resources all being devoted to droning out the second floor right now. Looks like Smoke spotted that drone, and he just kind of shot that computer monitor. Those are expensive, you know? But anyways, the attackers kind of just stalled out. Minute 50 left. No real progress being made besides east stairs. 2 defenders sitting.
I think that's called Summit 1G'ing the monitor, getting it out of the way. You know what I mean?
Whew.
But anyway,
no, this one cracked. This one cracked. Smoke was strong enough to crack it.
Yeah, bullets are hit a little bit harder.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Super and company will get to work on this soft wall. Bullets going in through it. Last time we saw 3 of the defenders in offices. This time we'll see 1 in Fountain. Couple of them in B. Blackbeard will be on that Blackbeard spot. Super will take a couple of bullets from that soft wall and get killed. What a return shot by Rudy with the SMG-11. Sippin will get a kill of his own, and now only 3 of Carnage and Chaos make that 2 separate Hydra from taking this match. Vandal will get the first kill of the round for Carnage and Chaos, and now only the Habana and the Blackbeard split on opposite sides of the bomb site have to make something happen here in about 45 seconds.
Flashbangs are going to come onto site. Rudy is going to fall back so he doesn't get blinded by it. He's playing it nice and safe right by the desk. The Blackbeard is still on the window, and Blackbeard is going to get some shots off. And that's going to be Aviation that's going to get down by it. Smoke going for the peak is going to get shut down by Vandal. Now it's Carnage and Chaos with a little bit of an upper hand as they got the diffuser down. Bandit going for the run out, though, is going to take down Vandal. It's all down to Carnage now, who's going to get shut down by Sippin. That's going to be the end of it. Hydra is going to take the match.
Yes, indeed. Easy defuse, and that will be it. Hydra taking the match in this knockdown, drag-out fight. Looks like there's a little bit of confusion over a rehost. We're going to have to go and take a look at it. Apparently, there was some sort of glitch. I didn't catch the first part of it. We do have a rule in CCS that if there is a game-breaking glitch anywhere in the round, that calls for a rehost. Of course, if somebody disconnects or something, they have the first 15 seconds of the round to call for a rehost. So I think the thing we're going to do now is figure out exactly what it is that happened. And so I guess, Crazy, let's put them on a little bit of a timer so we can talk to the players, figure out exactly what it is they were talking about glitch-wise, and we will get back to you folks in just a minute.
Feel your energy when our eyes touch, so familiar deep inside, like you were already mine. Surreal to me, how you make me feel wild and calm at the same time. Never felt so alive. Thought I was crazy until I reached out and saw your hand there waiting for mine, like the stars had all aligned. I lay beside today, tonight, your vibe, desire, our eyes on fire, and I breathe your aura. Can I leave your aura? You have me like gravity. You don't have to try it. It's just like a magnet. You have me like gravity. You have me like gravity. You have me like gravity. You just like it's like gravity. It's just like a magnet. It's just
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to week 3, or season 3, week 3 of CCS Esports. I am Crazy Man, and I'm currently joined by Ty Tangle. As you noticed his voice in the middle of that last match. We had a little bit of an issue with Flynn. His ISP has a little bit of an outage right now, so Ty is going to be subbing in. We are going with a rehost right now due to a game-breaking glitch.
On the wrong map.
Yeah, well, I have not swapped the scenes. We could have covered that up, and nobody would have ever known. But we are going to be going for a rehost. There was a game-breaking glitch where triple wall, the soft wall on the east side of office there, could not be opened up for the attackers. They tried ashing it, and they tried Zophiaing it. So they were not able to open it up, so we are going to be doing a rehost for that. So while we get the proper map selected really quickly.
Yeah, so exactly what Crazy Man said. Like, we have a rule, like I explained before we took the break, if there's a game-breaking bug, right, none of the players could have helped it, then we do a rehost. So some of you probably that have been playing for a while probably remember the old Habana pellet, the ex-Kairos pellet glitch, where it would burn down and then it would go off either sometime between a few seconds later or never, and anywhere in between. And so that's when we kind of introduced this rule. Now, I will say this. There is a little bit of debate still going on amongst the staff, so the rule book is being checked. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and play out the rehost. We will review the rules as the administration staff for CCS later on, because we are aware that that Hydra won that round. And if the rules are determined to have not warranted a rehost upon further review, then no matter what happens, we will go ahead and take care of the situation that way. I know that some of you guys are here for the Motivate and the Nomads game. Sorry, we're running quite a bit behind, so we are just keeping our ear to the ground on that one. And we will start that afterwards. Apologize for the delay here. So we're going to try and get the players in and get going just as soon as possible. And yes, also, as if we didn't have enough problems, also, We had a little bit of a caster swap just in case you thought Canadian Flynn all of a sudden got a southern accent. Nope, it's just me, Titangles, filling in because his internet decided it didn't like him anymore.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but hey, we have a very big crew of talented casters. We are ready for just about any situation. So we are going to be playing, the rehost is going to play out. Just a few quick notes on the rehost. Because it was called during the round, it is going to be the same operators on the same sites for both teams. There's no change up allowed there. And if this rehost results in Carnage and Chaos winning this round, we're going to have to go through another quick rehost and then start on overtime, which with the CCS rules, it's until one team wins 2 rounds in a row.
That is correct.
So we're just, looks like, yeah, we got all the players into the lobby. We're just waiting for them to ready up. It looks like they're just about good to go. So we're going to go ahead and jump back in.
So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. I know we don't have our fancy overlay. Talk about having problems tonight. So what you will see on your screen is 0-0, but it is actually 5-4 in favor of Hydra. Hydra will be on the orange team, on the orange side here on defense, as the overlay does say. So, yeah, like he said, same ops must be chosen. We will see those same ops. And Hydra, unfortunate for them, nothing we can do about it. Not anybody's fault. We'll have to play out this round again and attempt to take the victory again, or else we will go into overtime. So yes, the mirror on border. I know Flynn talked about that and how excited he was to see a mirror on border. And I will say, I believe if this isn't the first, it is only the second time that we have seen Mira not banned on border of all the times we've seen border in these first 3 weeks of CCS, at least on the NA side. Of course, going to EU this time as well. So they will go up to the same site, same ops. A lot of setup being put up in Fountain. And other than that, a lot of kind of basic setting up going on, which worked out pretty well for them last time.
5 seconds to insertion.
Yeah, but with that that triple wall there not being open before, that might have played into it. We'll find out as we move into the round, though. And I just do want to note real quick, as you were saying, with the whole Mira bans, I think the main reason we see that banned frequently is because it's such a game-changing operator on this map. And teams will make bans based on which side they start on. So if you're starting attack, that Mira ban isn't going to be as drastic of a change for you as it is going to be for the team that's starting defense.
Yes, indeed. So, 30 seconds into the round. East balcony push yet again. Nothing's changed with this attack. Hopefully, if they do decide to attack the soft wall, which looks like the plan, they won't have any problems entering into the offices unless it is at the hands of Hydra. It will get sledged open successfully. This time, the Blackbeard, I'm not sure if he late rotated last time, but he is not playing the ventilation. Instead, the sledge is running in that direction.
And they do have the Lion that is going to be opening up the doorway over by break room there. He's going to spray down that wall, heading towards down L hallway and potentially getting some shots on anybody that might have been playing metal detector at the time. Thatcher's going to go ahead and he's going to throw some EMPs in towards the walls on Archives and Fountain, see if he can get his teammates to get that opened up. That mirror window on Fountain is going to be opened up. And now Gio's going to go ahead and jump onto his drone real quick, see if he can get some intel for his teammates before they try to make any drastic moves. Super's still sitting over by break room, though. So that's interesting.
Yeah, interesting also is that the sledge is playing ventilation. Looks like whoever was trapped there in the fountain behind that mirror was able to escape with his life. Only Sledge taking a little bit of damage from following, and a pre-shot through the soft wall will get the Jaeger to start moving. Super will finish him off from the door, having been detected on that Lion, and so that will be not the start that Hydra wanted. Meanwhile, the Ella will get half of her health removed by a grenade and another third by some bullets. She'll manage to stay alive for the time being as the time ticks away. The attackers now approaching into the offices. About 44 seconds left to work with. It's getting down to crunch time. Vayne will trade back onto Vertical. So that will be the Thatcher already having used his utility, getting taken off the board. So we have 8 players still standing and only 30 seconds now left to work with. We're about to see what we like to see at the end of the match, and that is a full-on shootout bloodbath.
Yeah, there's Geo who's going to get a kill onto Rudy, putting it to a 4v3 as RTC now is going to take out Super, who tried to push in through Metal. And the plant's going to start to go down, but Aviation is going to land the headshots onto Carnage and take him down. The plant's going to stop. 5 seconds left. Geo getting the shots onto Hydra. It's 2v2 right now. They have to try to punch into sight. Diffuser is down, and Vandal is going to kill his teammate.
Oh, no.
Ending the round.
Was he mid-plant?
No, he was not planting.
Oh.
They did not have the
Either way.
diffuser, so that was not the exact cause of the
Either
loss.
way.
But
That will be it. Hydra now definitively winning this match out, and that will be the game. What a match. What a set of circumstances that we don't see every day. And so what we're going to do, folks, is we're going to take an extremely short break. We know we've been taking breaks all night. We got to get set up for the next game. I know the